Evening, everybody, and welcome back once again. Yes, we are here as we are every Sunday. You know you can find us here, the best fights around post Saturday night real life MMA. You come here on Twitch. We are here, the ESFL, the Esports Fight League, every week, bringing you a fantastic fight card. PS4 this week, the champions defending its belt is ESFL 44, and I am joined this evening by the wonderful Mr. Kingsley. How are you doing tonight, sir?
It is an absolute pleasure to be in the booth again tonight. I am so excited about this PS4 ESFL 44 card. I can't wait for these exciting fights. This championship fight that's going to be happening in the main event. It should be a spectacular night for like some great fights. Yeah,
man. There's always good fights here. That's why people come, you know, and show up here for those exact reasons. So of course it's going to be great fights. And hello to everyone watching on Twitch this evening. Hello to everyone on YouTube as well tuning in tonight. It is going to be a stacked card. Let's take a quick look at it here right at the top. A Bathing Ash taking on T2 Shifty. A Bathing Ash winning that belt and now defending it against one of the best strikers in the game, T2 Shifty. What a striking matchup we got right there. And right before that as well, Swiss taking on Sliv. That's going to be a striker's dream, as is the co-main event. Papa Doc taking on Drizzo. Then we got some striker versus grappler matchups. Gorazan taking on Top Man Stan. Brian T Triangle City taking on Creel Dandy. And then we got Jab Straight taking on Ty as well. Look at that murderer's row right there. Them top 6 fights, Kingsley. That is some of the best players in the world on PlayStation 4.
When I look at this fight card, like I just see knockout after knockout after knockout. I don't see like any of these fights going to a decision or anything. I think this is going to be a slobber knocker brawl. If you guys love that, it's going to be incredible
for sure. Like it's only the PS4 guys always show up, and for some reason they just go at each other. There's never any feeling out. There's no patient. We see a lot of methodical, tactical play. I feel like on Xbox, it's certainly tactical in PlayStation, but they definitely just go at each other very often. Lots of pressure fighters, and they do just run into each other like trucks colliding almost. But there we go. Yeah, we're gonna have some crazy fights tonight. We also have Smitty the King making a reappearance here, Ray Hands here, Carson Triple, B Jamps, we've got Dr. Grimm, Irish Odyssey, XG Team, and Mesreen as well here tonight. So lots of new fighters, lots of big fighters, lots of fights to get to. The first fighters are ready to go. Mesreen taking on XG Team, and as they're both ready, let's just jump straight over to that fight. It's going to be at heavyweight, which is always a pleasurable matchup, isn't it, Kingsley?
Yeah, like if you like look into the heavyweight, everyone has like such great striking power, and then you always have that one external factor of Daniel Cormier, who is just a takedown artist and will destroy you if you don't have any ground game. So it's always about, since it's the first fight, you have the ESFL nerves, and then you have the nerves of like, what is my opponent going to choose? Is he going to choose Cormier, or is he going to go for the knockout? There's so many ways that they could go with this.
Yeah, for sure. And I think you definitely there's that threat that DC poses in that division, but also you know, someone like Curtis Blades, you have a bit of grappling stats. You don't necessarily need really high striking. The strikes are so slow. You know, you have to pick and place your slots. It's more just about those mistakes that you make, and then your opponent capitalizing on them, because everyone hits hard, really. You know, and the chin stats, you know, they get deteriorated pretty quickly anyway, heavyweight. So you can take Blades. You don't have the best striking, but you don't need to land as many punches. You know, if your opponent misses and you can capitalize frequently and consistently, it doesn't really matter if you don't take a high striking stat striker. So we'll see if Blaze gets picked up here by XG. Mesreen going that Verdun pick. Don't see him a lot. Definitely saw him a lot earlier on, and also in UFC 2 it was a very, very popular pick. I mean, he's got everything really. Great clinch game, great ground game. Cannot speak this evening apparently, guys. And he's got really good just solid Muay Thai techniques. Got that switch kick off the lead leg, the knees to the body, got the elbows. So there's a lot you can play with when you're playing Verdun. You're well rounded, can take the fight everywhere. So we have to see how XG Team is going to adapt to this situation. Who would you take right now, Kings?
Right now, I'd like Fabricio Verdum. His off the back level 5 like increases submission offense attribute by 5+ in bound submissions. Dangerous. Like that's a submission artist dream right there. Yeah. And Curtis Blades, I don't know much about this pick, but I'll be surprised if he stays with it. But as you can see, switches to Daniel Cormier, which is, I mean, you can't beat that if you try to use him.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we'll see if he does take this DC pick. DC obviously going to be well-rounded enough to handle it. Also, I just think the height of DC, it makes it very easy to play a pressure fight. You know, get right in on the inside, work the body, get underneath your opponent's jab, and then you can grab that clinch, get that takedown, do whatever you want really. But yeah, he's going to try and nullify that bottom game of Mesrine. If he does snatch this pick up here, which I'm not sure if he's going to, X Team really maybe milking it this evening for as much as is possible.
Yeah, you can see Mesrine, he's all ready to go. He has his trunks, he has like his character all ready to go. I'm just wondering where X Team's going to go. I mean, he sees like if he uses Daniel Cormier, I mean, he's going to have a huge disadvantage in the reach game, 77 to 72. He's going to have to do a lot of pressure fighting, and Fabricio's going to have to do a lot of outside fighting if they want to get the first win.
I hope we're not being trolled this evening by our first competitors. Oh, he's going to lock it in. Okay, good.
Selection.
I'm worried here. I'm just like, he's not going to pick. Just milking it for all he's got.
It's keeping us in suspense. That's what ESFL is all about. Keeping us in suspense.
Well, you know, there are such things as fighter penalties, you know, and suspensions, as well as suspense that does get handed out. So we'll see if he takes from suspense into suspension this evening. Because, you know, there's no time limit on this, but, you know, it's unpolite to the other fighters on the card as well. So hopefully XG can press A, or X in this case, and we can get to the fight.
You know, like we've been all in this situation before. Our first fight in the ESFL, you never know what's going in the mind of a fighter. It's always a chess game at the start of the character selection. You always start out with the person you don't want to pick, and then you just take a long time, maybe not this long of a time, but you take a time to just figure out what you want to do and what your game plan is. Hopefully they train and study tape, possibly.
At this point, I highly doubt that. XGT is just sitting there laughing. Hopefully we can get this moving.
Could be all strategy. Who knows?
It could all be strategy. Maybe he's trying to psych Mesrine out a little bit here. But DC, I mean, definitely. We don't really know anything about these two fighters here. We usually start off with some fresh new blood on most of these cards. And once, you know, if you can show up, if you can put on a performance, if you can establish yourself and generate some kind of buzz or hype within the crowd, within the people watching on Twitch and on YouTube tonight, then maybe you get called back for another one. But you gotta show up and you gotta put performance, because the margins for ESFL, they're closing. You know, it's harder and harder to get in to the esports fight league because the competition is so high, and the guys at the top are consistent each week. They show up, they put on good performances, they fight, and they're the best in the world, and that's where we have them. So, you know, you get your opportunity here tonight, you gotta go with it. You know, if you think you should be here, then you gotta prove it.
And like the thrill of victory is so slim. Like one moment you think you have the fight absolutely won, you're up 2 rounds, you're thinking like I could do whatever I want, and then that one sliver, like that 1 second where you just slip a little bit and you get rocked by a head kick, and then it's all over in a matter of seconds. That's how close the competition is in the ESFL. And just the fact that we're using heavyweights in the first fight, I mean, anything is possible in this fight.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll see. I mean, that's a horrible feeling. You don't want that to happen to you. You don't want to see that head kick coming. I know. Get that one fight.
You throw the controller, you smash the TV. It's just a horrible sight. You have to call a crime scene, call 911.
There are a few games that make you rage, but I think definitely UFC 3 could be one of them. It can get underneath your skin a little bit, generally because it's your own mistakes that caused you the losses. You know, you got so many things happening all at once, so many synapses firing in your brain, you got so many opportunities for any given moment. There's any different combination of strikes, movements, positions, fakes, slips, feints, blocks, takedowns, clinch attempts. You can just press anything at any moment. It's about choosing the right strike at the right moment, and yeah, it could totally happen. Someone could get head kicks and it could be the end of their ESFL career, but we're about to find out because we have the first fight finally here for you guys. XG team in the blue gloves, DC taking on Mesrine in the red, and they're going to get it on. Nice little touch of gloves right here.
I love that. Yeah, I saw the touch of glove. That's a little good respect right there, and you can see they're just filling each other out so far. Not really. Oh, as soon as I said that, overhand.
XG is just moving forward on every strike. There's no moving into range. There's just 2 strikes, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, and always moving forward into them. There's no closing distance and moving in on the strikes, just pushing forward the whole time. And you know, that's a little slower, a little labored, nice little straight into lead roundhouse there by Mesrine. It's a nice little Muay combo that creating some distance as well. And this is essentially what you want to see from him as XG's pushing forward.
Verdum going very close up into Cormier's face. And you can see Cormier just playing a little bit outside, using that block really effectively. I really want to see if the blocking gauge is going to play an effect into this fight.
Well, I mean, you can see what we're talking about with heavyweights earlier on to start this fight. I mean, it is G-Team, XG-Team, hit just a straight right into a left hook on Mesrine, lost half his health. Beautiful, and that's better from XG-Team right there, because I was about to say, this is just very backwards and then forwards, and then backwards and forwards. No one's cutting angles, no one's trying to set up strikes from opposite sides, trying to cut across their opponent or corral them in a certain direction. Just they say that XG comes in with a little slip, the little weave, the little step out to the outside and spins on the 180 right there. Didn't really capitalize on it, but definitely attacking from a different angle and now working the body as well, which is definitely what we want to see rather than just a 1-2 step forward. Double uppercut bouncing off the block right there, and the straight just pierces straight through right there.
It seems like Mesrine is getting out of his rhythm a little bit. After he got hit with that big hit, it seemed like he tried to force some things in there. I really like what XG Team's doing right there. He's just taking what he's given in these strikes, and you can see they're capitalizing right now.
They're both standing in front of each other, but both still pushing forward with all of their strikes, not throwing these jabs from their stationary position, still just trying to move forward into it, which is going to make it a little bit more labored and a bit slower as well. There's the jab. Oh my God. Beautiful job into the rear uppercut, came back through the lead, didn't land, and shoots the single leg wisely into the belly-to-belly suplex.
Who would have thought that we see Daniel Cormier getting taken down by Mauricio Verdum? That's
was a wise move, really, because Mesrine knows he's comfortable on top and off his back right here. So it doesn't matter what happens in this grappling scenario. If we're grappling, I have an advantage wherever I am. XG doesn't want to be on his back and clearly doesn't want to be on the ground at all. Go straight up to the get up from side control right here. Got to be careful sitting in the pocket right here now. It's good work sitting down, planting on that straight, which is coming out a lot faster by Mesrine. He tries that hand plant roundhouse over the top, the capoeira kick.
It's like they're trying to set up the uppercut hits so far in this fight. Like every little hit, every jab, every hook, it's just setting up the uppercut.
Yeah, and oh, there's a big left hook, and you can definitely see that block of XG already going down right here. Having to block one too many strikes from Mesrine, who's been managed to keep a sort of steady paced assault. Beautiful head kick.
Good
as
head
he
kick.
stepped back. Yeah, used a jab, gauge the distance, pushed him back. And nice stuff on that takedown. See if he sets up for a sub. Doesn't. And up from Mesrine there. Surprised he didn't try and take that back. Work some little top pressure right here. Another one. Another one. Looking for it here in heavyweight. To be honest, I didn't even know Verdum had that kick. I didn't think I've ever seen him throw anything nearly like that in real life, but maybe I'm not paying close enough attention to Verdum.
Maybe it's shocking me so far, but like he had some success with some crazy shots so far. I mean, after that first hit, he seemed like he was out of his rhythm, but now he's coming back. Oh, jumping! What?
Jumping roundhouse kick from
he has that?
DC. Yeah, that's what I mean. Some of these heavyweight fighters have a couple of crazy kicks you wouldn't think of, but there we go. The athleticism on display on DC from XG, and beautiful. Tries to return to the roundhouse to the body. A little predictable there. Gets caught with a straight and backs up from Mesrine. Two big left hooks to the body, sounding him tight. Yeah, man. Catching those uppercuts and really doing a good job keeping him the end of his hooks right here. And XG having to jab, moving backwards, still moving forwards with it. And there's no return offense when Mesrine's trying to close a distance like that. Wisely blocks the single, gets stuffed right there. Not able to run the pipe on it. And little tippy toe in and out here. Tries to throw a front kick of his own to the face. Spinning back fist. Coming off that block of XG right there.
It just seems that Daniel Cormier, like,
oof.
Like he has a lot of stamina, but it's not really working out for him. So far I have this for Maurice right now.
Ooh, coming a little back there with the straight, trying to break through that block. Lots of jabs coming in. Right straight, just pushing it through by stepping forward, isn't it? And now we see XG just pushing forward to Mesrine.
It's a brawl now.
Despite getting rocked twice in that round. I feel like they haven't got advanced clock on either. I feel like that was a full 5 minutes. Maybe it's just me.
Like, for all the stuff that we saw, all the moveset lists that I need to now look up because I didn't know they have that in heavyweight, it just seemed like that was a longer round than expected.
Maybe that is true. Maybe I'm just tired and we're just getting started. This is
maybe. Just maybe.
There's the double uppercut. Came off that straight.
Moves that we saw.
Yeah, he did sit him down right there, and he rocked him later on, but he wasn't applying that forward pressure at the end of the round. GX still coming forward there. XG, not GX. This isn't Yu-Gi-Oh. Still applying that forward pressure. So we'll see if he can continue that as we go into the second right here. Again, this is the first fight of the night here, guys. ESFL 44. We have two newcomers right here. Mesrine in the red gloves. XG team in the blue here. A nice heavyweight matchup.
And you can see that blocking engage just like slowly coming back up. And you can see Daniel Cormier XG team just trying to lower it down so he could get that high head kick. As soon as I said that, crazy shots.
Man. Same. He did it twice, and that's what rocks him in that first round right there. Immediately, the failure on the hand plant over the top, and then XG came back with that roundhouse to the body. And Mesrine blocked it again. He blocked it in the first round, rocked him with a straight, and he blocks it again. So XG has to be careful to turn in to the body with that roundhouse, has to pick up on that, has to change that, because he's going to get caught every single time if he can't make that adjustment.
Sheet team, he's going to the body a lot more.
Steps in, drops a block down. Yeah, stepped in with his own uppercut, trying to crack him after that block was low. It doesn't get it, but right in the pocket, eats the uppercut from XG, who's now pushing forward, wailing away at that low block. Yeah, and this again is just stepping in from Mesrine, gets the elbow off there nice and tight, but he is just walking in to where...
This has to be a moment.
Go on, Kingsley. What were you saying?
Well, I was going to say, this seems like how sharks smell blood in water. They just, like, see that little incident and they just go for it. They absolutely go for it for a matter of, like, 5 or 10 seconds and just try to pummel the heck out of each other.
Yeah, I feel like Mesrine is dictating these striking exchanges, but you know, XG is very much aware that the health and the head stat is not that different, so he's pushing forward when he feels he needs to, and it's still very even right now. Anyone could take this. Good job blocking the transition as he tries to roll back there, out to the backside as well, not even to the side control, not even to the full guard, and takes full mount now. Mesrine nice and high, was going to get the quick get up, and he gets it nice and easy. Little push away.
Interesting tidbit. Daniel Cormier's, that has to be his 4th takedown try, and all 4 of them have been denied. So it's really interesting that he hasn't like really taken them to the ground that much.
Well, he's not doing a great job of setting them up, but there we go. The lead hook off that southpaw stance he switched into now, and he's putting that pressure forward. And that's what I mean about the head stat here. It's pretty close, but beautiful job. He's doing that a lot, parrying, or leading with that jab. Sorry, not parrying. 1, 2, 3, and gets the range on it right on the end of it. And he's using it as a block breaker as well. And XG stepped off to the right hand side there as well, which really just ran him into it almost. Again, we're seeing so much of this online as well. As soon as you're at the cage, yeah, the shot into the single leg and straight into the double underhooks, which you've got to be ready to defend. If you don't defend, better be believing that takedown's coming. And 2 quick little elbows, double denies on the transition, then this might be the end of the fight right here, Kings.
Yeah, actually, team stamina's very low. This is a really bad situation for him.
Only 2 more of those, and that'll be all she wrote. And looks for the double deny again. He's got to find a way out of here, but I don't think he's going to get it. Cormier, not the best stat off the back, and here comes the double elbows. He's just denying no submission attempt either. 1, 2. I wish he would just grab that sub, but he's going to get this anyway, probably. Trying a roll, as long as he keeps transitioning. Nope.
Oh, that's it.
Beautiful work though, Mesrine. I mean, kind of an awkward opponent. I feel like you're facing an XG right there, kind of throwing some mind games out of the start, coming out a bit of a janky style, you know, pushing forward a lot, really stepping in, getting caught in the pocket, trying to throw. But he did mix it up. He did manage to stuff all those takedowns, like you said. Good sweeps on the ground, good top pressure, good job denying all those transitional positions. Obviously, it gets easier when the stamina's lower, but held that side control, got the work off. Stayed dominant, played safe, no real mistakes from Mesrine, and good use of that hand plant roundhouse over the top, using it as a block breaker and gauging the distance on it well, I thought.
Yeah, he tried that shot a bunch of times, and then just one moment it finally landed, and it was a huge knockdown, and just a very clean performance by Mesrine. I expected some like hard hitting, but I didn't expect that. That was just really good.
Yeah, he wasn't really able to throw it when XG was giving him that forward pressure to deal with, because he had to create space with it. That's why he was jabbing, not only to break the block, but to create the space, the distance. You can tell he practices it a lot, because he would jab when it's the right distance, then he's throwing that technique. And, you know, XG can sort of take that away with forward pressure, which you do see from a DC player, but unable to really instigate it. He also took a lot of damage, so, you know, you don't want to always be pressing forward if you're taking that kind of damage, but, yeah. No head movement really from either fighters. I think that's somewhere they might be able to improve, but still, their first ESFL fight.
Stand and bang.
The win for Mizreen right there. A nice little way to kick off this card, I think, this evening, Kings.
Congratulations. I mean, that's what you try to do in your first ESFL fight. You just try to put on a show and just try to get that knockdown as soon as you can. You
do, and they certainly took it away. Second round, I think that was the finishing now, so that was good. And we are going to move swiftly through. And now this next fight is not ready, which is kind of a little unfortunate. But the third fight is. So I'm wondering whether we should just jump the third fight, because it's early on in the night. We'll keep the action coming, and then if the second guys are ready after that, we can put that one on. We don't want to skip fights this evening, but they have had some time to get ready now, so hopefully by the time we get through the next fight, these two competitors will be ready. Oh,
right. Do we have the correct link?
I think we do, and I just checked the third fight, and it appears they are no longer ready either. Oh my goodness. Not only do you have to show up for your first fight in the ESFL, you have to make sure you have, you know, your stream ready to go and everybody ready to watch, but it looks like nobody is ready for their next fight here this evening. These are things.
I'm checking the streams.
These are things that are beyond our control as commentators, actually, aren't they, Kingsley? We can only hope that if you sign up to compete, you show up to compete as well, which is not the case. But there may be some technical difficulties happening behind the scenes right now. There we go. I knew they were up earlier, so I believe it's going to be Beja Hamps taking on Casing Triples in the next fight. Have you got it, Kingsley? Are you ready to go?
Yes, I do. I'm all set.
Perfect. And this is going to be at the fantastic light heavyweight division right here, which is always interesting, and one we don't see very often either, Kings.
I know, like, I remember in previous iterations of UFC, light heavyweight used to be like the favorite division to play in, but now everything has changed so far in UFC 3 that it's become somewhat more of the heavyweight, middleweight division of where you just play, and it seems like everyone's going to the lower divisions.
Oh yeah, well I definitely prefer the lower divisions on the new game, and like you said, yeah, the last game there was so much John Jones everywhere, and you barely see him. Sometimes in competitive you see him. A lot of the EK guys pick up John Jones, like to implement that heavy top game, but yeah, we don't really see him. We don't see much light heavyweight, and this will be a fantastic matchup. We see a fair amount of Gustafsson. Always good to see him played well, and a Jimmy Manuel pick. Wow, I like it.
It's interesting. I really didn't expect that pick.
It's going to make for an interesting fight for sure. This is just to give you guys a little update. We did have scheduled Irish Odyssey to take on Dr. Grimm before this fight, but Irish Odyssey showing up, so he will be commended. No show money, obviously. But Dr. Grimm, second time, he's not showed up for a PS4 card here, Kingsley. So I think that'll be the end of his ESFL career there. UFC, my goodness. So there we go. It's a shame. Apologies to Irish Odyssey for showing up tonight. But we're here now with the third fight of the night, and here we go. Casing Triples taking on Beja Hamps. I believe it was Casing Triples we picked up here in the blue gloves, Jimmy Manuel, who has a great power, great striking as well. You really clean, precise, fair amount of speed, and you have a lot of good multi techniques. You've got the knees to stop that forward pressure, big leg kicks. You've got the switch roundhouse to the body as well. Obviously big power on that left foot, 5-star left hook. But he is taking on Beja Hamps here, who probably going to look to play a little bit of the outside game, use those good straights, and not to forget that rear uppercut you got on Gustafsson, because that's a beautiful technique. If you can get that involved, you can stop them level changes, really take away the body game of your opponent just to threaten with it. And also probably a lot of footwork from the outside here and movement, but we'll see. We will see.
Your point, Bay. I mean, Marathoner level 3 increases stamina regeneration by 5% while moving. Opportunist level 4, Thigh Terror level 3, to your feet level 4. I mean, this guy is the complete package if you want to be an outside fighter. He's my absolute choice when I go to light heavyweight.
Ooh, I like the leg kick to start us off here. So Beja in the red gloves, Casing in the blue, and a big roundhouse to the body returned after that. Big, just forward leg kick, just ran right at him. Nice 1-2 right there. I like the pace of this already, a little bit faster here. Coming in, left hook to the body here, and again, Body work going to be key for Triples, but they trade head kicks. It's a lead head kick of Triples that lands off that leg of Ginny Manuel. Misses on those 2 hooks, just a little bit out of range, and he will lose a lot of stamina for that. That's the kind of thing you can't afford to do, because when it comes to the stamina game, you got to think Beja has that advantage, so he's got to be careful. But great job blocking that knee to the body. Ooh, there's the uppercut.
Absolutely, and Bay, like those 50-50s, when you judge, when you guess high or low, like usually the guy who goes for the high head kick usually wins that fight. So
that's true.
That's.
I like Casing intercepting right here. Like both fighters are coming forward and almost trading at the same time, and Casing's trying to make a car crash happen. He's trying to clash into Beja as he's coming forward with his own offense, and he's doing a good job with that lead roundhouse to the body. We'll see if he throws it again from the outside. There it is, just as we call it. But beautiful job. I loved it there. He stepped in with the jab after the missed roundhouse, caught it clean. But yeah, well, excellent work slipping, but he's right on the outside there. And I love this distance gauging that we're seeing now. Oh, that could have been bad.
That is the sweet spot if you're ever an outside fighter, when someone goes for a high head kick and you just like time it perfectly. Ooh, that's a dream spot. I wonder if he's going to be looking for that later on in the fight.
Yeah, it's a lot of movement from Triples. I mean, we saw that slip. It's real good, but he's doing it a lot of empty in the open here, and he is costing it for the stamina and planting right now. He's almost moving when he shouldn't move, and not moving when he should right there. Just content to plant. Beja mixing up beautifully, coming up body and head, and those roundhouses off that lead leg off the straights as well. So Beja doing a really good job of the shot selection in the stationary positions, and Triples just not firing off the counter, and content to almost just stand in front of Beja right there.
I think Beja knows that he has Alexander Gustafsson, and he knows, like, I can afford to use his stamina in the first ongoing rounds because I know I'm going to regain it in the later round. So using his tank right now, it doesn't seem like a bad plan at all, but he needs to make sure he gets those openings.
Good job on the catch, and comes up top of the roundhouse there. It's beautiful work. But again, I'm seeing this from Casing a lot. I don't know if he doesn't use Jimmy that much, or if he's just having trouble with the range. He's throwing a lot of these shots that miss. He's doing a lot of slips, with empty slips, but he's getting some good ones off. But for everyone he's landing with those, you know, he's missing 3, 4, 5 of these slips on the outside. He's trying to pull counter a little too close. But now he's landing those short shots, and he's planting a lot of these stationary shots. Big power, obviously, but yeah, he's losing some stamina because of it as well. Nice block. Ooh, lovely body jab, head jab. Doesn't land on the head, but nice, and steps in with the uppercut. And there's the car crash, making it happen. Big right hands.
Good round by Casing. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, good round. Did expend a lot of stamina though. Like I said, he's doing a lot of empty slipping, but when he is planting on the inside, he is beating the Beja to the punch right there. Left hook, and then the right hand straight through the block. Bam, beautiful job. I believe that was just a right hook, left hook, right hook. There's the right hook, there's the left hook, and there's the right hook again. And Beja, no movement of the feet, just blocking. Obviously trying to trade, get his own shots in there. Felt close. It was the knee that whiffed on right there, and just ate 3 big hooks. And good work there by Casing, I think, just to plant and just sling him out there.
Yeah, it's been excellent work by Casing so far. I love how he's using his defense to be his offense. It seems like every time he uses a slip, every time he uses like a counter to just hit him, he's not having a lot of success offensively, but his defense is making up for it so far. Yeah,
I think his offense is really coming when Beja is trying to engage his offense, which is what you want to do with these power strikers, because that's when you deal the most damage, when the vulnerability window is high. So you can't afford to get out as much volume, so you want to try and time your offense to come at the same time as your opponent's maximum damage, minimum amount of strikes needed. But he's trying to trade there on the outside. Yeah, trying to trade on the outside.
That's huge.
Eats the straight, and you're right, that is huge. That's going to take some stamina away, and he'll go for the double under here, probably pummel in and try and get that throw. There's the double under pummel, fakes it, and he's going to get the break here. On the side is Casing.
Now, I was going to say, Bay, that I think Beja would like try to avoid the trades in these little inside fights, but it seems like he's okay with this as he goes for a backhand.
I think he's doing a much better job of finding his range. Slips the double uppercut, comes back with the right hand, and also you've got to imagine Casing is getting a little bit slower out of the pocket, slinging these hooks, because his stamina is going down, and Beja knows that, so he's a bit more content, I think, and he's managing to fight from the correct range. And yeah, there's a big deny right there. You've got to pummel under really hard to get that break against a good player in the clinch. Gets the over under and the throw. At least he's not stuck in that tight clinch taking damage, but this top position is really good for Beja. Gustafsson, no slouch on the ground. This is going to be tough for Casing to get out of.
Casing has to do is just be patient, look for your opening. Don't get too panicky when you're on the bottom. You still have a chance in this round.
He's got it.
You just gotta make sure that you just that you don't fully panic.
I mean, this was a great jump. He was in full mount. He got back to guard and he gets the sweep. Wow. That is impressive by Trips. He's got to be careful here. He's not going to stop the backside sit out, but he was in full mount. He got his guard back and swept him.
Delayed transition just like took the whole fight away from him from that top game.
Beautiful work. He's going to get back to his full guard right here. Nice to lie. Oh, that was a fake. Excuse me. Foot on the hips this time does go off. No stoppage here. And ooh, trying to swing low. And that's again, he's trying to get that car crash, get that leg kick off as he's stepping forward. And bam, see, he threw that roundhouse almost before that overhand came out. And you see here, this is Casing trying to kind of intercept Beja as he's stepping forward. So Beja, a couple of feints from the outside here might draw some of that offense out. Even more, but he waited for it anyway. Casing misses on his own hook, and there's the beautiful uppercut off the rear hand, that 5-star uppercut into the left hook. Big work there coming out from Beja.
Seems like a whole 180 by Beja right now. Like, I didn't expect this whole onslaught for the first round. The fact that he turned it around was fantastic.
Casing still trading. He has to. His health is so low, though. If he eats like 2 shots, he's going to go down. But he is trading as Beja stepping forward. Oh, slips a straight.
Around. Good slip.
Oh, he's throwing 4-punch combinations on low stamina here, Kingsley. Oh,
this is the most dangerous moments in a fight. The last 10 seconds, you do not want to trade in the last 10 seconds. That's when bad feelings get hurt.
Yeah, that was
bad situation to trade.
Big power. Just winging in the air there. 4-punch combinations, crazy. See, he lands the right hand, but he eats that left hook off the rear uppercut, which is going to rock him right there with the low stamina. And again, oh, slips the lead uppercut and lands an over. And so he ducks in and had the overhand preloaded before the uppercut even came out. And bam, beautiful little straight. That was after the knee at the end of the round right there. So he's using that straight nicely. Watch that straight of Gustafsson. It's so beautiful. It's like a piston, comes straight down the pipe if you're throwing it from stationary. And yeah, we saw Triple doing well in the starting rounds, but that stamina, man, he lost a lot of it in the first round, and he's lost even more in the second. And like you said, I believe Gustafsson may even have higher altitude. I know he has marathoner, but look at that difference. This is going to be tough for Casing. He has to try and get that right hand in there or something. He can really not instigate any offense of his own. He's going to look for the counter. Try and roll under, personally get under that jab. He just try and fire off that left hook. But Beja knows it, and he's still throwing 3 punches here, even after he lands 2, Kingsley.
All he needs to do is go 1-2, back away. 1-2, back away. You can't afford that body gauge. Oh, and
it's easier said than done.
Those hooks.
Oh, the straight right. Oh, that's going to be all she wrote, I think. Oh, no, he's up.
Oh, no, he's still up. A difference.
Beja wants to make this fancy. Oh, the elbow, no. Again. Oh, catches.
Good catch. Back away. 1-2. That high head kick is going to get you in trouble.
Here's the knee to the body. You know it's coming. Oh, he's still throwing this crazy techniques.
He's trying everything. It's just a matter of time.
Casing just flashing. He's still step slipping. Trading left hooks. Trading left hooks. That is all she wrote.
Oh my goodness.
I love the little trade on the left hook at the end. But yeah, all she wrote right there, kids. Good performance by Beja, man. I mean, good adjustment to your opponent. Casing coming out again a little crazy. Here's the left hook trade. Boom.
Oh, the hook.
And he did land first as well.
Ew.
Gustafsson's coming
I
out.
love how...
I love it.
Really love the 180 and the adaptability. You're going to need that in this kind of competition. Just the fact that you're looking at yourself at round 1 is like, okay, what can I do differently? And then to implement that and use it and win the fight, that is a huge, huge thing to work on in the ESFL.
Yeah, I think, you know, Manuel, in a fight like that, you can definitely... There wasn't that much grappling exchanges initiated, and when there were, he did a really good job on the back for who he was playing against in terms of the stat differential there. As a Jimmy Manuel, imagine to, you know, get out a full mount twice and recover guard and get a sweep off. I mean, that's pretty impressive. So if you're going to get in a fight like that, I just think there was a little too much expenditure of stamina early on. There may have been nerves, there were a lot of empty hooks that fell short, and there was a lot of head movement that really didn't need to be utilized. I mean, Beja was coming forward, pushing that pressure, so the counter opportunities were there, and he did find a couple of them, and we did see some really good movement, but we saw a lot of wasted movement as well. He was eating that roundhouse to the body, those knees were coming out eventually, and you know, Kaysen definitely showed some good striking techniques, but I think it was just a little too many small mistakes that kind of led to that deterioration of stamina. If you're playing Jimmy, you've got to be a bit more patient, got to find your openings, get the left hook straight, the straight left hook. Just 2-punch combinations at the right time will do a lot more than these big 4-punch combinations he was trying to land, I think.
And I like Casey's like game from the get-go. It seemed like he was being really defensive and he was working on the body, but once he tried to take those like high head kicks or just like those big shots, it just seemed like it was very uncharacteristic of what was winning him to fight. And then when he got away from it, it just seems like it just one domino after another that just led to his demise, and it just really didn't work out for him, and Beja was able to capitalize.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's, you know, like if you're playing a power striker, you don't need to throw power shots. You have power. I mean, the opposite of what you're doing is should be throwing power shots. Your straight and your left hook is enough to stop anybody. You don't need to throw head kicks and overhands, you know. But sometimes you do get that, you know, like Nick Diaz, if anything, should be throwing power shots because you have less power, but you don't do that with Nick Diaz either. So I think, yeah, just there's a little bit of lesson in there, but great performance by Beja. You know, good adjustments, kept the pressure on, mixed up with knees to the body and straights going into those later rounds there, and a good win here for him. Now, I think we're going to go back and we're going to revisit this fight that didn't take place right now. This Irish Odyssey, who did show up and didn't get this fight, but he is going to fight right now. Unless his in-game name was different, I need to hear from the guys in the truck, because we are going to have our second fight, which may now be 2 completely different fighters, or perhaps Irish Odyssey is his in-game name. The point is, we've got a welterweight matchup taking place right here between Vodi Anoi and Wassup 420, which should be a good fight. Are you getting this fight, Kingsley, before I step in ahead of myself here?
I definitely see the fight. I am very intrigued by this fight because it seems like it's going to be in welterweight, and there's a lot of amazing matchups that could possibly happen in this division.
Well, it's one of my favorites, I will say that. But let's see what happens here, because these guys, both of them may not have been here. I think we're going to hear from the back right now. I don't. Maybe Irish Odyssey changed that name, or maybe I just don't know enough about these up and coming PlayStation fighters as I should. I feel bad, but
kind of lost that.
They are going to lock those in.
I know what's up 420, but I don't know if that's the actual. It seems like they're going ahead with the fight.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And what's up 420? He's been here a few times, made a few good appearances, and probably will not be feeling those nerves tonight, filling in on short notice. Nothing to prove, he's ready to go. So Vodi is Irish Odyssey. So we got Vodi taking Tyron Woodley in the red glove set. I love this crowd. Can you hear this crowd, Kingsley?
Ooh, I love it. It's like we're already there.
It's the Diaz crowd. That's what it is. It's the Stockton crowd. Just here, just pumping up Nick. There we go. You can hear him roaring. But there we go. Yeah, we do have What's Up 420 filling in on short notice right here. And What's Up 420 has made a few appearances at ESFL. We know he's dangerous. Good stand up. And he's probably going to have to try and outwork this T-Wood. And we see this matchup a lot, you know. To me, I look at this matchup and you think, oh, that's easy. Diaz, who's got the durability, who's got the stamina, he just needs to stay in there, work his short shots, his 2-3 punch combinations, he'll be fine. But, Kings, we see it so often where it just doesn't go that way. You eat one too many big shots early, and someone like T-Wood can completely shut your game down and just power you out.
Yeah, it seems like you have the fighter that you want. It all depends on how you play and how your fighter plays. Are you going to go how Tyron Woodley would fight or how Nick Diaz would fight? Or are you going to implement your game plan and just see how that will go forward in this fight? Because we never know. The unpredictable is out there, and it seems like we're going to find out in 5 seconds.
5 seconds indeed. Here we go, guys. Third fight of the evening. So far, we have Irish Odyssey, or Vodi, as he is known. Vodi Anoi taking on What's Up 420, filling in on short notice. Look at the size difference right here. This seems really notice this. Ooh, Immediately, as soon as Vody hits that body, What's Up 420 is right there with those uppercuts, letting them know that you are not coming downstairs tonight. You will eat these uppercuts.
Yeah, and you can see What's Up. He knows that he has level 5 body snatcher, so those hooks to the body are gonna do major damage if he tries to go there.
Ooh, these guys trading. What's Up 420 just methodically pushing forward, not really throwing strikes as he moves forward, but just dictating the pace with his footwork. And as soon as Vody steps in to close that distance, they're just slinging at each other right here. Beautiful jab into the big right hook.
Good combo. Oh, good punch, Tom.
Yeah, grabs that single collar, gets the full tie, denies the pummel. I like this from Vody right here. Fake goes for the trip. Doesn't get it. Is the big knee to the body. Another fake, another big knee to the body. This is good work from the clinch. We don't see this consistent level of clinch work as we used to with all these fakes coming out. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Since that worked to his benefit so much, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to that clinch again and again during this fight.
Yeah, even just to wear What's Up down a little bit, even with a couple of denies, some knees, but these guys are landing big shots at each other. Every strike, man. Big straight left, right on the chin right there. Outside leg kick.
Good leg kick.
These guys are mixing up. There's the roundhouse again. And don't be afraid to kick on Diaz. A lot of people just want to box and comes up top of the roundhouse because people don't expect things like that. Working the body here as well. Beautiful straight. And yeah, people do not expect you to kick and they don't expect you to hit those head kicks. Beautiful.
Takedown animation's deadly.
Yeah, grabs the ankle pick from way on the outside, denies that butterfly sweep always. First thing you do, you're fighting a Diaz brother, they're going to hit that butterfly sweep. You've got to deny it, and he gets it off right there, Vody does. And no attempt even to deny the roll to full guard, just takes the back, both hooks in flat out position already, posturing up, going to rain those right hands down. And they cannot sit here, can What's Up 420, What's Up 420, great fighter. But sometimes we have seen him get dominated a little bit by grapplers, and Vody came to play MMA today. He didn't came to have a striking matchup.
The half guard. And interesting thing about these two fighters, Woodley's top game 94 rating and Nick Diaz's bottom game 94. So it just all depends on how the guys try to implement their strategies during this whole takedown game.
Yeah, and T-Wood, man, he's real hard to get off you when he's on top with anybody. Just as hard as GSP.
Oh wait, submission.
Yeah, just grabbing up that triangle looks like gonna probably be okay. The clock's ticking out right here, but I love it. I didn't even know you could get a triangle straight from that stack guard position.
Worked.
Oh,
I dig it. And you know what? Key interesting fact: off the back level 3, his increases submission attribute by +3. So that could be something if he tries to take him down again.
Great job. I didn't know you could snatch a triangle up from that. I think that was like a not an arm trap or you know, a bump, but the same thing. You know, interrupting a strike, you flick off to the side. So this is where I need Matty Ice or D Martin here to tell me that, oh yeah, you do that all the time. It's like, can you? There we go. They know.
Oh, another takedown.
Yeah, and he landed good 2 or 3 of those liver kicks early on in that round, and then came up with a head kick, did What's Up. So that was working out for him. Liver kick nice and early, but yeah, Vody wasted no time. Straight into that
submission attempt.
And damn, yeah, foot on the hip, straight back out to the side. Not blocking too well on these 3-way positions.
If it goes to the 4K, this is huge trouble.
Double pitching 2 gates here, abandoning the 3-way, which he needs to be careful of because this is 1 away, and he needs to go for 3 here. Oh, just slips out into side control. Close.
Wait, is he going to stay in top game, or is he going to... No, he's going to stay in top game.
He did sit with both the hooks in last time. I feel like he would want to sit here. Going to have to block that butterfly sweep, but straight into the crucifix before he can even think about it.
Oh, this is problem.
Yeah, there's 1 deny here. You get 2 and you're pretty much done. And it's a little fake here. Wise move with the fake. What's Up 420 definitely showing he's been in this position before and knows how to survive a crucifix. And the backside stuff.
But you got 3 minutes left.
Yeah, and Woodley, man, on top of you.
Endure all this is
just rough. And this is real bad right here because this block super low. Doesn't deny that. Roll to full guard. I thought he would be waiting for that because he's not trying to sit and take that back position with those hooks in. Nice little pass here. Will get up denied. Now he's getting
attacking the body.
Yeah, getting a little panicky here, I think, Kiggs.
This is what you don't want to do after you got in that position with the side saddle. Like, that's my worst position that I ever been in this game. You don't love to be in it, and then once you're out of it, you're just trying to panic to get outside, just any way to get up. And it just seems like Van Ooy, he knows what he needs to do to deny those transitions.
Oh, gets a little push on the hip, gets his full guard back. He got so close to that submission attempt earlier on in this round. We'll see if he tries to get it again. Little fake for full guard here. We'll see if he does it. He tried to go do the get up early, but now it looks like he's content to work that full guard again. No attempt to rubber guard. I was going to say it's right there for him. Gets denied. Gonna have to set that up with a little fake or something here. The back sit denied again.
Very interesting. I don't know if Willie's stamina, it seems like it's lower than Diaz's.
Yeah, well, the grappling stamina, I think, you know, is probably quite even, but I would say the advantage is probably with Diaz, and there's the single leg attempt into the, well, I guess the scramble to side control. Oh, good job denying. I mean, Vodi's shown great work in the clinch. He's shown great work on the top position, and we're seeing a full MMA game from Vodi here today. And he wasted no time, and he shot that double leg immediately in this round. There's been no stand-up in this round at all.
Wow.
Limp legs it out, and good deny on the double unders.
If you're a ground specialist, that was your absolute paradise right there in that whole round. Like, it was nothing but a ground game.
Yeah, I know. I have Vodi, very impressive. But also, you know, what's up 420, doing a good job surviving, getting out of the difficult positions, getting some sweeps off himself right here, and so close to that sub attempt as well. He needs to get back to that, needs to set up that rubber guard transition rather than just going straight into it. You could tell there was a moment in his brain because he was trying to get those get ups, and it didn't work for him. And then, you know, 20 seconds later, he was a little bit more comfortable. He was trying to get back to full guard, try and work those submissions. So if he gets his full guard this time, hopefully he can get those rubber guard attempts off and actually try and set up a sweep or a better submission from there. Maybe the go-go plata that Diaz has. I know that's high level for him here, but here we go, third and final round right now. I'm glad we got this fight because we almost didn't. What's up 420, filling in on short notice right here in the red gloves, taking on, no sorry, the blue gloves, sorry, taking on Vodi, who's looked great so far. It's a T-Wood pick in the red gloves, and it is going to stand up a little bit right here. What's up 420, really using that forward pressure of Diaz well right now.
It seems like What's Up, like, kudos for him for taking this fight, but his ground game, he needs to find some way to keep it standing. It seemed like he was getting a little bit more comfortable in the stand-up game, and this is just Vodi's main paradise right now.
Yeah, and especially because that's just a double leg. I mean, Woodley has a really high takedown stat, you know, and Nick Diaz doesn't have the best defense, but you got to not let the fight go here if you can't get it back where you want to. And there we go, nice little sweep there, both ankles. Oh, gets the mount, gets the, oh, good job stopping that transition by Vodi. Not giving himself enough time to get denied, back into the mount. And again, man, some people hold on to that hip for a little too long. It's an easy deny,
but denial.
Gets it that time right there, and that's not good. And I like What's Up's persistence there to get that mount, kept going back to it, gets it with a deny. It's a bit of stamina advantage, and we'll see how T-Wood is off his back here. Vodi gonna have to do his work to see what he can get going here. I wonder if What's Up's gonna look for the sub from the top. Easy deny on the get up right here, back into that full mount, postured up, and there's the right hook coming in, stopping that transition.
And
this there is huge. It is gonna go for that armbar right here. Three-way escape this time, being pushed by Vodi, and gets it nice and easy.
Like what What's Up's doing in top game, he's denying transitions. He needs to do a lot more of that once he gets in the top and full mount. Yeah, but it's just favor too much.
Yeah, and is it going to be enough to win the fight? I don't know. Depends who gets that first round, really, because I feel like Vodi took that second, and it's hard for us in the booth to really remember this guy. So you guys in chat on the YouTube or Twitter or Twitch, just maybe you could let us know, but we don't know really, man. Who do you think won that first round, if you can remember?
I would say Woodley after the clinch, but that huge knockdown by Diaz, that it depends on what the judges say. You never know what the UFC judges think in this whole game.
Yeah,
there's a lot of variables.
I was going to say, What's Up took a bit of ground and pound right there, so Man, it could all be on this last minute right here. Big hooks, right hand into the left. Beautiful pull counter. Tries to come back with a 2-1-2. Doesn't get it. Big hooks coming out from What's Up. Beautiful job. I think that was a 2-3 into the rear uppercut. Lead hook.
Save me here, Balin.
Oh, the pull counters again. Overhand needs to come out from someone. 20 seconds left. There's the overhand into the lead. We see that all the time too. And he trades on the inside, catches the left hook, slips under. Look at him flail that head. Oh, the pull counter.
Oh my goodness.
What a fight. What a fight.
Absolute banger in those last minutes.
I think Volley took it.
I would say it's looking more in his favor. That second round was very dominant, and
ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds,
took a while to get them scorecards. I think someone's being screwed over here.
30-27.
Little finagling.
unanimous decision.
All 3 rounds. Wow. Even that head kick, that knockdown in the first round wasn't enough to secure that first round.
So it seems like the judges were looking more into like, sure, you got hit with a knockdown, but what did you do after it? And it just seems like Woodley had control mostly of the whole fight, and they were just looking at it. And you could see 103 total strikes landed to 169. That's
7 minutes on top as well.
I wish I had that great successful.
Yeah, and you know, I think that's just a really good mark of Volley in that top position, constantly striking. I mean, we don't see that a lot. You don't see that enough, you know, because people are sometimes scared to throw strikes when in top position because, you know, if you're throwing a strike, it's easier for your opponent to transition. So a lot of the time people are either hesitant or they time them. And he was just constantly striking from that top position, just didn't relent, didn't let up at any point. Strike, 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 then defending or passing. And, you know, we don't see that a lot. We do see a lot of hesitance with people wanting to strike from top because it gives your opponent a way to get out. But, yeah, man. Adds up.
Yeah, I just agree. Like, that was a great performance that I've seen so far. I really need to look at Vadi's ground game because I need to learn from that because that was just what I saw from the clinch game to the ground game. He basically had control throughout the whole match with that ground game. So I really need to study this tape because that'll make you a better fighter. For sure.
I mean, Vadi, I'm impressed with his overall MMA game, I think, right there. And I'm glad he got to fight because he almost didn't. You know, he almost didn't get to fight, and that sucks because some people are in different time zones. You know, been practicing all week. You know, you don't get to fight, especially PS4, Xbox every 2 weeks. You know, we alternate these cards, so you might have found out 2 weeks ago he's fighting, and then you show up ready to go, and your opponent's not here. So props to What's Up 420 for filling in on short notice and putting on a good show. Props. Yeah, man, and he got that head kick knockdown. Good work off his back. But a good fight for Volley as well, who had that full training camp, I'm sure, as well. So, right, we're going to see if this next fight is good to go. We're moving on to some of our more well-known fighters now. This is the I guess it's the, what would you call it? The co-main event for the undercard, which will be Rayhan taking on Smitty the King. Two great fighters here for the Esfl, and we know they're going to put on a show, but we're going to just make sure they're ready here. The fighters just getting themselves together behind the scenes, but a great night of fights so far at 44 here, Kings.
I'm just loving what we've seen so far. We only saw maybe 1 or 2 go to decision, but everything else, that first fight has like fully woken me up and got me excited for this whole fight card. I mean, like all those crazy heavyweight move set lists that we saw, the cartwheel roundhouse head kick, that's whew.
Okay, right. The fourth fight is ready to go. There is it's let me make sure you've got it here, Kings. Let me just re-put it here, right here for you, buddy. So we're all in the same position. There you go. That's the one.
We got it, the one on YouTube.
Yes, yep. That is correct. And it looks like we are going to be ready to go. So we are going to get this on. Smitty the King taking on Rayhan, and we're moving down a little bit in weight tonight. We've had a lot of the big boys. We've been periodically moving down. We had heavy, then we had light heavy, then we had welter. Then we're going down one more. We're going down to lightweight, and this is always a top matchup right here. So I'm excited for this one. Rayhan taking on Smitty the King. All right, let's get it done. And here they go.
Lightweight. everybody knows that lightweight's usually the Conor McGregor division, so it'd be really interesting if Smitty King stays with Conor McGregor. Who does Rayhan go with to counter Conor McGregor?
I mean, the thing is, you see so much Conor McGregor that you can, if you fight against him a lot, you can start formulating strategies that work. It's almost a case of that's how the meta game generally changes in most video games. I mean, it's obviously a little different because Conor's got crazy stats, but if somebody starts to make something work, then starts being successful with it, people start seeing it a lot, and so they start finding ways to beat it, and then sooner enough they find ways to counter it, and then it changes. So we'll see how many Conor McGregor's Rayhan has fought with his Tony Ferguson. I'm sure it's a hell of a lot. It's probably more than Smitty's fought against Tony. You got to assume that. So we'll see what he can implement here. I mean, Tony's got a full arsenal of skills. You can fight on the inside up close if your opponent's pressuring you. You can fight on the outside with teep kicks. Leg kicks are very, very good, especially against an advancing McGregor. You can switch stance however you want to deal with this McGregor, and also you can throw a single leg out there. It doesn't matter if you get sprawled on. As soon as you hit the mat, you can pull guard. You can go to half guard pretty successfully 9 times out of 10. It's very hard to stop that from that sprawl position if you're on the bottom. So he can just shoot a single leg, pull guard if he needs to, and on his back you're so comfortable with Tony. You got all the sweeps, so we'll see if he goes to that right here.
Let's not forget, Balin, Tony Ferguson. If this goes on to later rounds, higher altitude level 4 and marathoner level 2, this guy has stamina for days. So if he wants to make this whole fight a freaking sprint, he can, and it'll just work out for him.
Yeah, but again, we saw that almost last time. Diaz has the stamina, but depends how the fight goes, doesn't it? Right? You get hit a couple of times, and it goes out the window. But here we go, Smitty the King taking that Conor McGregor pick in the blue gloves against Rayhan here in the red. A beautiful side kick off that lead leg. Smitty staying southpaw right here, and Ray using that jab to gauge in, double jab into the straight, and then a left hook. So already these 4-punch combinations coming out. Like you said, using that stamina to the full effect. Oof.
I love the way he's setting up his shot. Usually starting up every combo with a jab, just making sure that he finds a range. Then he's going to use another kick or maybe a hook to just see if Smitty the King reacts to it.
I love this work, grabbing that single collar. And I was going to say, Ray's, beautiful job. Under overthrow. Right there into side control.
Goodness, already.
Yeah, and this is great for Ray because no matter what, Smitty's going to have to start working. And earlier you can get your opponent working in the grappling exchanges, the better. Great deny. Smitty going straight for the get up there. But yeah, Ray's going to have to be careful on the feet because that forward pressure he's utilizing, if he walks into a shot from Conor McGregor, is going to do even more damage because he's moving forward. So that's something he really is going to have to be careful of. And going straight for the rolling knee bar right here. The stamina difference, no problem right here. Going to try and grab it. 3-way escape coming out for Smitty, pushing hard on that right stick and easy peasy, loose legs out.
It's going to be really interesting if Smitty King can deny those clinch and takedowns attempts, because if he goes to the bottom game, he only has 88 to Tony Ferguson's top game, which is a 94 rating. So he needs to keep it to the stand-up game and just strike with him and try to outstrike him.
And this is Rayhan pushing forward right here, and Smitty's thrown that rear uppercut as the first strike in his combos about 3 or 4 times now. And Ray stepping in with a jab, and Smitty cashing him with that rear uppercut. And Smitty's on the outside here. If it's way out, yeah, if it's way out, he's throwing that straight and that lead side kick. And when Ray's coming forward, which he is doing, he's walking straight into that uppercut. So Ray's going to have to readjust his strategy here. And I like this work by Smitty. Wow. The tornado kick, whatever you want to call it. There's the rear uppercut again as the first strike because Ray's stepping in. He's stepping in with that jab, Kings. And every time he does, that uppercut is waiting for him. He has to be careful. Can't just walk forward throwing that jab 1-2 anymore. He has to change his strategy here. Throw some roundhouses from the outside. Try to step in with your elbows. Just change up your pattern of attack because Smitty's timing that rear uppercut.
You know, I love what Tomato King did in that couple of moments before. He knocked him down, but he didn't go straight to the ground. He was patient enough to say, you know what? I have a game plan. Stand him up. I'm going to try to beat you with the stand-up game. I have Conor McGregor. What you going to do about it?
I like Ray now doing a little bit of taunting. Maybe getting somebody to just throw from the outside, trying to work down there is the lead roundhouse. Got to be careful, though, because it was so close to eating that uppercut. And again, walking forward, that uppercut is there every time. Smitty is only looking flat. You can fake and then pull counter as Ray. You can work that outside leg kick, but you gotta be careful. That uppercut comes back with his own lead uppercut right there. And the head kick. Close on the block breaker there as well.
Like I said,
Boom.
It might be a very huge sprint throughout these 3 rounds. I mean, we saw non-stop strikes. We see a non-stop attempt trying to get him to the clinch, to try to take him down when Conor McGregor's back is to the cage. So adapt to the second round.
Yeah, and this is a great example right here. Smitty playing this Conor pick, how perhaps Manoa should be played earlier. He's not trying to throw big power shots. He's throwing rear uppercut, lead hook, and that's it. That he's throwing 2. That's all he needs to throw. You don't need to throw anything more than that. And look at this right here. I don't know if it was a rock, because we have a PS4 notification symbol coming up over the left there.
It felt like a rock. I felt in my bones. It felt like a little bit of a rock.
He looks a little wobbly.
That little animation.
Yeah, he looks a little wobbly. But Ray is going to have to do something else from the outside here. He's going to have to work his way in there, trying to counter. But I like this. Smitty's like, okay, we're on the outside. I'm going to throw this lead leg to the leg. I'm going to throw this lead leg to the side or to your body. And if you're going to step in, I'm going to throw my uppercut. So Smitty's making a nice little defensive barricade almost with that lead leg that Ray has to get past. If he comes in too close on the inside, there's the rear uppercut. But look at that, just not whiffing on that lead hook afterwards. Oh my god, gets the overhand through there, Kings. And this is where he
goes straight to the ground game. So that's why you see it bottom game for Conor McGregor. He needs to figure out a way to patiently get out of this while Tony Ferguson's just going to attack the body.
Yeah, Ray doing a good job, man. He's got 3 minutes to work. He's got to knock down this round. He's well back in this fight right now. His head health is going to recover nicely. Beautiful job right there. And that's left him with no stamina. Don't be too predictable with the body kick, because he's going to get caught. And there it does straight away. Should have gone up with the head.
Good catch.
That's an example of thinking too far ahead right there. Smitty knows the body kick's coming. You throw that head kick, and that's predicting what your opponent's going to do in response to what you're going to do.
You can see. Yeah, I was just going to say, you can see this is developing into a chess game where, like, okay, I'm going to think you're going to go one way, but you're going to go another way. And it's just 50-50.
Tries to throw the tornado kick, gets caught for the overhand again. That's it. It's over.
Wow, Ray.
Little breakdancing. Damn.
He deserves it. He taunted, he showed up, and he took him down. Hey, to you, man.
Boom. And that's what I mean. Like, Tony, not the best power, so throw those power strikes. You have the stamina. And he threw that overhand more than once. Threw it about 3 times, landed it twice, got the rock with it first of all, and landed it big right there for the final strike. Just enough damage to let him recover right there. If that had been a hook or a straight, maybe he would have got up off the cage and the fight would have carried on. But yeah, you can throw those power strikes with the fighters with the more stamina, and he gets it in there nicely. He did start to mix it up a little bit there as well towards the end. He was throwing that lead roundhouse to the body, changing up that pattern of attack. Smitty just relying on that rear uppercut lead hook we saw right at the start of that second round. Ray stepped in, he threw that rear uppercut, tried to get the lead hook, but Smitty threw, I think it was a 1-2 with his own lead uppercut in there, which just beat him to the punch. So that's the stamina playing in to the speed advantage right there, and just slowly he edged it out just a little bit, changed up the course of that. But in the opening round, Smitty sounding strong with that rear uppercut lead hook, working out nicely for him there, and using that little defensive wall with that lead leg. But Ray staying persistent, getting it in there, getting it done, taking him to the ground when he needed to. Hard fought, but a good victory nonetheless, I think.
Yeah, it just seems Ray finally got in his groove in the second round of what he wanted to do. And then what I saw from Smitty King, it just seems like there was too many like little moments where he would just lose a lot of stamina. Like when we saw him try to do those like body kicks from bottom game and just lose all that stamina. And it just seemed like it put him at a disadvantage throughout the whole round. So I think he's going to look back on this whole entire fight and say, like, I could have had it. I just need to work on my little mistakes and then just come back and be better than I was.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think that's a very good assessment. Right. Do you fancy going straight into the next one? Because
ready.
These guys are ready as well. And what a fight we've got up here as well. Two faces that have been seen around the ESFL for a long time now. We've got Ty Cannon taking on Jab Straight Spam, and this is going to be a good matchup. This one is headlining our undercard right here. Moving on to the main card after this, and boy, indeed. Now we're going down another weight class. I like this. This is periodically just moving down these weight classes. I like it. Down to featherweight right now. Jab Straight grabbing that Aldo pick. Now Jab Straight's been showing up a lot. Lots of training, lots of fights. A mirror match, I'm up for it. Mirror match is always good.
The fight. Yeah. Oh, featherweight. Ooh, I love the Jose Aldo pick. He has very quick punches. He has very great. It just seems like Jose Aldo is a very well-rounded fighter, in my opinion.
Yeah, you gotta really fight at the correct range with Aldo, I think. Like, you can throw those shots on the inside, but you got short arms, so your hooks come out fast. But if you're trying to step in with ones and twos and try and enter the exchanges like that, you're gonna have difficulties. On the outside, you should be working your kicking games or using your strength to set up your body kicks, but don't just walk forward and throw a 1-2 at someone who's got a bit more reach or a bit more speed on you, because they're going to beat you to that punch. But when it comes on the inside, Aldo has great hands, real tight crisp combinations, really good uppercut and a lead hook as well. But you're trying to instigate at range. It's always difficult, but all of that is redundant, so don't listen to me, because it is a mirror match, and so they can fight however they want. It's going to be a little bit of a different strategy for both fighters here. I'm wondering if Ty has just picked this up, almost a troll jab right here, but we'll see. I believe Jab is in the blue.
You know, so far I love mirror matches because it relies more of your skill and what you can do as your own fighter rather than just relying on the character. But continue.
Yeah, of course. And also, they've been some of the best fights we've ever had at ESFL have been mirror matches, in my opinion. They usually are really good fights because it is dead even. But Jab Straight right here, grabbing that Aldo pickup in the blue gloves. He's ready to go. Championship trugs on. Ready to have it. And he is one of the ESFL team members here as well. So, and I feel bad for Jab because he had a lot of his opponents pull out. He got a fight last card, and he gets a fight this card against a higher level competition here as well, because Ty's pretty good. Ty's no slouch. Ty's been around the scene. He's fought pretty much everybody. Got a lot of fights under his belt, and going with the outer pickup here again. So I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be a good matchup. Dead even across the board, obviously. And both these guys are hungry. I think this is a great fight for the top of the undercard here.
Absolutely. I love the whole setup of where you're going to have to go against a higher ranking fighter, and then you have to test yourselves in the deep waters of how you're going to implement your own strategy, your own game plan. So I'm really interested in what Jab Straight Spam's going to do.
Yeah, and we'll see, man. On the outside right here, Ty using that stationary jab, not pushing forward with it. Jab's going to find a way. I'm going to have to talk about jabs and jabs right here, but Jab's going to have to find a way to take the fight to Ty, but it doesn't matter.
Takedown. I like it.
I know, both double trading on the outside with those leg kicks, body kicks, but boom, shooting straight away. Jab mixing it up, gets that top position. Maybe he's seen something in Ty's game in a previous fight and wants to exploit it. He's going to hold this half guard. Look at this constant attack as well that we're seeing here.
I love it so far. It seems like he wants to implement a strategy where he just takes Ty Cannon's game out of his way. Just make sure he controls the fight rather than TY doing it.
Oof. Nice roundhouse to the body from Jab, and it's going to be about miss on the switch lead and then returns of his own right here. I like Ty's really on the outside, but Jab's also trying to sit on the outside. So this is just a little bit of a range battle that's taking place. They both seem to close the distance at exactly the same moment as well, which is quite funny. They both decide to enter, like, okay, we're going to go in now. Lead elbow just falling a little short right there, and again with the jab roundhouse from Jab Straight right there. Inside leg kick, and again with the roundhouse, but throwing 3-4 punch combos. And it's little moments like that, Kings, that are going to start making the stamina difference in this mirror matchup. Ooh, again.
Absolutely. You can see Jab Straight try to do that overhand for a little bit and just barely miss. I wonder if he's going to implement that a little bit with his like ground body attack game, because I like what he's doing so far. Good attacking the body. So if he could just implement that a little bit more, he might have a little bit more success in this fight.
And this is what I was talking about with fighting at the right range with Aldo, because Jab is throwing these hooks and Tai is nowhere near him. He's doing a little bit better job now keeping on the inside, but Aldo's arms are deceptively short. I mean, they come out nice and fast, but it's pretty easy to fire out these hooks and be well out of range like that. And he cannot fire these 4-punch combinations. He's preloading them. He's preloading them, which means they're going to come out fast, but they're going to cost him stamina if he doesn't look what he's throwing at. And there's it. Single leg stuff this time.
Good denial of the takedown.
Ooh, oh, he didn't deny it. Everyone getting that full guard roll off from that turtle top side position here today. And Jab wisely faking legs, faking left, and there's a beautiful, Jiu-Jitsu 101. Jab been training with the MMA Vegas boys for that one.
Posture up and go for the body.
I like just the aggression from the top though. He's going to hit that arm triangle but gets swept here.
Ooh.
Beautiful work. And there's the posture up from Tai now. He wants to get a bit of revenge as this round is closing out. Nice elbow. And sweep as well to end.
A lot of things went both fighters' way. I feel like both fighters had like good moments that they had so far. I just think it's going to be really telling how the judges scored that first round. It's very close in my opinion.
Oof. Yeah, there's a lot of good body kicks coming from Jab, but he did whiff a lot of those strikes in that empty space, so I feel like for every body kick he's landed to take some stamina off, you know, he's missed a couple of those hooks on the outside just because of Aldo's slightly shorter than normal reach, and you know, he's planting throwing them, which is good. That's going to be a lot of damage, but it's obviously you're going to have to follow your opponent and move forward if you want to land those hooks. But man, it's a good fight so far. I mean, it could definitely go either way. Dead even looks like on the Stamina Kings. But again, guys, this is ESFL 44 tonight, the Esports Fight League. We have a Bathing Ash defending his belt against T2 Shifty in the main event. This is the top of the undercard you've joined us for right now. And it's been a good night of fights so far. Oof.
Yeah, it's been fantastic so far. And this is only the beginning. We're still in the undercard. Like, we still have so much to go, and like so far the fights have been so spectacular so far. Oh,
Tai really turning up right now, throwing so many punches, but he just Tai getting so overzealous.
His stamina's so low.
Man, he threw so many punches at the start of that 20-second sequence that led to him just whiffing on that head kick. Eventually, he looked like he got pretty overconfident. Thought he'd take the fight to Jab. Walked forward, just slung that leather. Missed on that roundhouse after he rocked him. And then Jab, beautiful job returning with that switch to the body. Cracks him hard and then almost landing that turning sidekick to the face that probably would have dropped him.
Had a very good plan going into this, like the first minutes of this round, but then he got too overzealous. You can't get too overzealous when you smell blood in the water. It's not going to work out for you.
Yeah, Tai, man, just unloading those hands, feeling like he could just do some real damage. And oof, Jab shooting the single leg again gets stuffed on. Good takedown defense on Jose Aldo though. It's one of the best.
Like it, he just decided to stand him up. He's had success so far. He just needs to capitalize on that and be kind of patient and just look for openings. Go back to the body shots like Jab Straight's doing right now.
Yeah, he can definitely tell he's feeling himself, using that jab to really gauge what he wants to do next. Just pouring him. Okay, let me find my range. Ooh, good job as well. That's the switch roundhouse. They've both been using that really nicely. Nice little leg check by Jab.
Double like jab. In Jab Straight's checks right now.
Yeah, man, look at all their stats, though, are just so low. Everyone's taking some damage in this fight. Oh, they're trading those hooks. Oh, both trying to throw the same strike. It's a gunfight, Kingsley.
No, I'm just expecting, like, who's going to make that big shot and just change this whole entire fight. It just seems like we're doing a little bit of pot shots, just see where we're, like, trying to fill each other out. But whoever lands that, like, crazy overhand or a crazy high kick, I just think it's going to change everything up.
Man, Ty's really using that jab. He's being reluctant with his offense, but everything's coming out from that jab. I mean, this is a perfect example where neither fighter's really using any head movement. And if jab can get a read on that and just slip straight, I mean, that's going to really change the dynamic of this fight. If you can just get a little head movement in there, just a little head movement to just slip that jab, because Ty's just leading with it constantly.
I love it so far. Body kicks are gonna win you the fight when it's just a stand-up battle. Sometimes you gotta mix it up, go high and low. Just use maybe 1 and 2 combos, but don't go super overzealous with it. As long as you implement those body kicks, you are gonna have success in this fight, it seems like.
Boom, nice little 1-2 into the roundhouse, but that's the problem, man. You land that 1-2 roundhouse, and then what happened? You ate 3 hooks after it, so damn, you gotta be real careful.
You know, this fight has been close so far. Like, in my opinion, I have it 1-1. So it could be depending on who wins this 3rd round. Anything goes in this last round, I think.
All right, let's get it on. Well, it's been a great matchup. Real good matchmaking, I think, from these two. I think Jab definitely ready for some higher competition, and Ty, man, definitely that competition for Jab tonight as well. Oh, there's a slip. Someone listen to the commentary right now. It's someone listening to the commentary. Nice little 1-2. There's a whiff. Bam. And you expect Ty to see that coming. There's it. Oh, God. That's not good for Jab right here. He's going to have to do something. That block is really low. If he eats a head kick, he's going to lose it, but he's backing up.
He needs to get his back out of the cage right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that was too much of a danger zone for him.
Ty doing a good job holding the inside of this octagon right now. And Jab eats another roundhouse to the body. And the body damage is lower. The body health is lower on Ty right now than his head health. I don't know if Jab has seen that, but if I was Jab, I'd try and hit the body because there's not too many uppercuts coming out. Just as I say it, Ty throws that uppercut.
Oh, he saw it coming.
Yeah, man. Every time
he knew he was going to go for the dive.
Every time he whiffs, he's hitting that body. There's a nice left hook. Turning side kick doesn't land here. Oh, and there's a slip that jab. Good job by Ty. And this is dynamic changing moments in the fight. Really just some head movement from both fighters would really change it up. And we see that right here. Ty slipping that jab off to the left-hand side, firing that straight right down the pipe.
Rock after another, and you could just tell that these fighters wanted. They're just trying to pick out any shots they can see to get this victory, or just land that one-point shot. And you see,
but he slips it. 1-2 from Ty was all it needed, and that body health is low. But he's got to be careful on the outside. There's the left hook as he tries to throw that leg kick. I got to think from Jab that didn't want it to be a leg kick.
Oh, that's huge.
It was probably a roundhouse he's trying to land, but yeah, that is huge. The lead roundhouse to the head from Ty, just dropping Jab right there. And man, you got to think he didn't want to throw that leg kick right there. It was probably an uppercut he was looking for. It's a shame when that happens.
If I was Jab straight, I would go more to the body. You have less than a minute 30 left. You need to go after any weakness he has, and that's his body. His body health is so low. See,
it's easier said than done, especially when he's looking for it. Can't really throw those kicks from the outside. And Ty knows how low Jab's head health is, so Ty's just walking forward. Can't throw a body kick from that range. You're going to eat some
good overhand.
Short shots on the inside. Little slip work to the body. Yeah, that's a beautiful job.
Huge.
Left hook into the rear uppercut, and see if he hits that body here. Man, this is so close, Kings.
Oh my God! If I'm Jab straight, I would just go out. I would just go out in these 20 seconds, just win. Oh, but he shows respect. Okay.
He's going to sling. Stand in the center of the octagon. Sling it.
Here we go. 10 seconds. The craziest moment.
Oh, he got it.
Oh,
not landing.
Oh my God. View in this round. Oh my goodness.
I don't think I've ever seen any more rocks in one round before.
That 5, 6. I lost count.
We need to see them stats right here. It was a great fight. And a little mirror match up here at the top of the undercard.
Guys, God, this is a very close round. I can't tell. I'm just gonna leave it to the judges and just let them decide, because I have no clue.
Look how young Jose Aldo looks there. Like a schoolboy.
All 3 judges scored this contest 29-28.
2 rounds to 1.
By unanimous decision, Jose.
Nice.
I believe that is jab straight.
Jab straight.
Good for jab straight, putting in the work, grabbing that win over Ty. Wow, look at that, 9.
Wow.
6 of them for Ty right there, and a knockdown. But the significant strikes, jab straight. I mean, he did land a lot of body kicks early on. That definitely probably would have helped him through those couple of rounds. 2 rounds to 1. I guess you got to give that first round to him. But man,
this is the one takedown. He's 1 for 3, so that might have played in the first round. Second round, I guess they give him to TY, and then that third round on that. Or I wish that we could see how the rounds play out.
Anybody's business.
Go.
I don't know if we'll say. It's a great fight.
6 rounds to 1.
Nonetheless, jab straight walking away with the win right there. I know he'll be happy with that. He's been putting a lot of work in recently, and Ty, always a great competitor. You know Ty will be back, always up for a fight, always high quality streams as well, which we like.
You know, if I was a booker, I'm not gonna lie, if I was a booker, I love that match so much. I would love to see a rematch. I think we need to do it again because that was just so much fun.
I agree, but there's no time for that tonight because we have an epic main card that we're about to move on to right here. So let's see if we're going to get this fight ready. And again, man, we got some tasty matchups coming up here. Let's take a real quick look at that fight card just to let you guys know we've done majority of we've done all the right hand side. Now moving on to the left right here, the next matchups will be Brian Triangle City taking on Creel Daddy, and the rest of this card is just stacked with some of the best fighters, some of the best fighters you can ever not hope to encounter whilst playing this game. All of them just dirty, dangerous individuals with some devastating matchups. And right here we have a great matchup. 2 great strikers taking on each other, but also one man very good on the ground as well here. And it looks like it's going to be a Conor McGregor mirror match here at lightweight, Kingsley.
Oh boy. If you didn't get sick of Conor McGregor, you're surely not going to get sick of him now, because this is a beauty of a mirror match, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a real treat here. I think I'm just getting some information coming in here right now. Nope, we're good. I was just double checking that. Well, everything looks like it's going to be fine. Yep, fighters are good to go.
Just white noise in the headsets.
Yep. All right, they're going to lock it in. Kind of another mirror match. I know some of you guys, this may be your first esports fight league, or maybe you've seen a couple now, but sometimes the general attitude in chat is, oh, mirror match, oh, but trust us, guys, it's not about the fighters they pick, it's about the fighters themselves. And these two are very good fighters, and they will definitely put on a good fight. So look past the mirror match. Acknowledge that they have 2 of the fastest, most powerful strikers in the game right now, and they're going to go at it.
Yeah, and Exhibit A, that last fight was a mirror match, and that was one of our best fights so far that we had in this whole fight card. So, like, mirror match have, like, the best of luck of having great, fantastic fights so far. For
sure. And here we have in the blue gloves right now, this is Brian Triangle City, not to be confused with the actual fighter, Mr. T City. This is Brian Triangle City, a great competitor, man. He's been working his way up the Esfl ranks, came in about halfway through. Great on the ground, loves those submissions, but he's taking on Creel Daddy, who is a complete vet. Great everywhere. Beautiful striking from both men. We will see how it plays out right here. Creel in the red gloves. Brian Triangle City in the blue.
And you can see him already getting into it. Going for the body and going for those hooks.
Yeah, orthodox switch from Brian here. We'll see how that plays in. Ooh, a little bit. Oh, I love it. Beautiful head movement, dodging that 1-2 and comes back with a roundhouse to the body. He's doing a nice little shoulder roll off that lead side, slipping to the outside of the jab. He's actually slipping to the inside of the jab, which is a little dangerous because that left hand can come straight down the pipe and crack him, but he managed to get away from it that time.
Body kick.
Yeah, those body kicks are going to work for him here, and those body kicks on Conor McGregor do a lot of damage as well, especially in a mirror match. You can see the stamina on sorry to interrupt you there, Kings, but look at the stamina on Creel, because Brian's moving his head so well right here. Already losing so much because he's whiffing on these empty strikes.
Ooh, but he connects on that head kick, and you have to say, if he's going to be this outside fighter, he has to keep on moving. He can't be stuck to his back to the cage, because you never know if there's going to be a clinch attempt or a takedown attempt. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. Nice little pull counter. T-City's head movement looking real good tonight. Hands behind the back, feeling himself in the flow right now.
Taunting him already. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Are you kidding me?
Creel always leading with that jab, making it a little bit predictable. If you can change some elevation, just get TC thinking about some different attacks with some roundhouses like that. Maybe a leg kick or two just to make him forget about that 1-2 that you're trying to land to set up the rest of your offense. Oh, little fake block blow, and then TC just walking him down, firing the big hooks off to the body. And there we go, Creel Daddy investing in those kicks.
Good head kick.
Boom, good job. Landing the roundhouse to the body, and there, coming up top with the roundhouse. And now he's mixing up his attack a little bit. Now TC is not as comfortable with what's coming at him.
Creel's doing right. I mean, in the first moments, you thought like, okay, you're being a little bit too predictable with the 1s and 2s, but now he's getting some strikes in. I like it.
He is, but these are high stamina cost strikes he's been having to use right here. Like these are going to tax him. Brian's still just walking down right here, especially if he misses like that. Good job with the catch kick. But
catch.
Yeah, if he's missing these big strikes, these push kicks, it's not going to ultimately work out well for him. So he needs more of that, more of these stamina attacks and strikes of his own right here as well.
Yeah, but I have to say, like, all you have to do is win 2 out of 3 rounds, and so far, like, I have this round for him. He looks like he's in command after those. Oh!
He tried
again, another rock. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he tried to
trying
to get that little takedown against the cage. Looked like tried to shoot it. The animation either didn't go off, or that lead hook, that right hook of Creel catching him, and there we go, under over, belly to belly suplex. Some knees to the body, and T-City, he does love the ground game right here. Not going to be able to have much time to work, but going to be comfortable in this top position, letting Creel use all of these transitions and hits that triangle choke. Maybe just for the points. Or to prove a point, Mr. T-City, I've got a triangle too.
Triangle City will take this triangle choke and try to see how you like it. You know? Maybe that's a strategy.
Man, I think you're right.
I like what's happening.
I mean, Creel definitely landed the more significant strikes and the more dangerous strikes as well in that round. I mean, you have to give that round to someone. You give it to Creel Daddy. You got to think that. But at what cost, Kingsley? Because that stamina is going down. Brian had did a good job with that forward pressure and corralling him against the cage. And halfway through this next round, I want to see what the stamina situation looks like between these two fighters.
I have to say, Brian he was like a Garner to say, like he was playing little seeds of like damage where he could implement these later rounds. So it'll be really interesting what he does. And you can see he's firing out a cannon right now.
Yeah, and I think Brian, again, just showing that what we talked about, you only need to throw these power shots if you're playing someone like McGregor, and he's landing a lot of these 1s and 2s. I love that jab into that right hook. I keep saying right, jab into that rear hook, roundhouse, and then slips as well. So he knows what he's trying to land right here, and he's getting it off. And Creel playing the backup game right now. Hard to fight going backwards, especially when you're on the end of that roundhouse every single time. And now he's firing out these roundhouses from the outside, these head kicks. A little bit desperate, Kings. Oh.
Yeah, Creel needs to get out of this. Oh! I was going to say Creel needs to get out of this predictability. It seemed like he was trying to do too many head kicks, but now he's just getting ramsacked with strikes right now.
Oh, Brian shooting that takedown.
Oh my God.
As the spin comes out. Beautiful job. I think he's trying to, charge him into the fence right there, but just so happens Creel's running the turn-in side kick. Brian just getting the insta takedown right here, and now he's going to work this top game, and we'll see how well he did. I mean, Creel did manage to get a full guard pretty easily. Don't know if that was because of the end of the round. Great little timing for the sit out. I guess the sweep to half guard there. Beautiful job, man.
Good move.
Creel Daddy can fight everywhere. Does have a ground game. We'll see how this plays out.
It seems like both compare. Oh wait, we have a submission. I was going to say they're both very good in the ground game. It seems like.
Yeah, and Triangle City going
really
for that
triangle,
but doesn't get it there. Three-way escape, nice and easy for Creel.
Right. If I was Creel right now, I would try to attack the body a little bit more. If you're going to go to half guard, posture up, try to attack the body, try to deny those transitions when you see them, like there, and just you got this round. If you just keep on hammering like you see right there and just attack the body.
Yeah, and he's got a great position to do it from this sprawl position right here, but T-City finding a window back to the feet. We're in the over-under pummel right here. Nice break, though. He doesn't want any of that. He was doing well in the striking matchup, but stands still for a second too long. Eats that left hook, as well as the lead right here. And, man, this is over halfway through the round. The stamina is a big difference here, but like you said, you only got to win 2 rounds right here, and Creel very well maybe winning this one.
Ooh. Yeah, I like what he's doing so far. It seems like he's winning this fight, but if he tries those high risk strikes, that might be to his detriment. Because again, we said in the top of this broadcast, if you try to be that cocky, and if you're up 2 rounds and you do that little sliver of risk, you might be taken out, and you might lose all that in just one fell swoop.
Beautiful job timing the front kick to the face as Brian Triangle City's changing levels straight down the pipe. I was just about to comment how low the health stat is on both guys, but damn, what a strike by Krill Daddy. I think he stole that round at the end as well. Here it is.
I think he
boom, level change into the front kick off the rear leg.
Aimed into it, so it just does even more damage.
Yeah. Beautiful placement.
This fight isn't over yet. We still have the 3rd round, and stamina plays a huge factor in it. I don't care if you have all the stamina in the world. You need to make sure that you secure the win, and it just seems that Brian, he's in a good position, but Krill does have the majority of the fight so far.
All right, 3rd and final round here. The first fight on our main card, kicking us off with this mirror match, which has been a beautiful contest so far. Krill Daddy taking on Brian Triangle City. The stamina difference is real, but it's been a real competitive matchup, and Krill definitely has enough to get through this round. Both fighters, health stats super low, and that straight left. Oh, but he gets a rock again.
What?
And he tries to shoot that single, real low stamina. There's the roundhouse to the body. No blocking attempt right there. Brian wandering, charging forward here. 2 strikes in the roundhouse one more time. Oh, the pull counter.
No cushion. There's no cushion he's giving him. He's just straight up attacking him. He knows he has the stamina.
Pushing him down again. Yeah, and he's just not letting Krill regenerate anything right there. Oh, God, these jabs.
This is a non-stop sprint.
I know. He said he's so good. Each shot had a perfect range, and each shot not breaking the combo, and each shot just not draining that much stamina. He can keep up this assault. Oh, no. This is bad.
Oh boy.
Full guard. He's got no submissions from postured up, but he wants it on the feet. He wants it on the feet.
That's smart in my opinion. He even though he's got knocked down, he still has a shot. He needs to keep on the pressure. He knows he needs a knockdown right now.
Krill has to do something to stop this forward pressure, and there it is. Front kick to the face one more time. Tries to shoot the double, and oh, that's going to cost him. His block is so low. That head kick's coming out. He has to do something. Tries to throw a 3-punch combination. He's diving on that double leg. He's got to survive for 2.5 minutes. T-City not having any of it, and Krill Daddy, man, has to do something else. Gets the single collar, no
You're
denied.
Krill Daddy. This whole round's gonna last an eternity. This is the danger zone that you don't want to be in as a UFC fighter. This is very painful.
He's got to try and move his head just a little bit because his block's not going to take it. Left hand from T-City. Krill just diving on that double leg. Again with a single. Man, some head movement might do him some wonders, but he's just diving on these takedown attempts.
It's the only way he's going to survive. He knows his black gauge is not going to protect him after all that stamina.
He tried to spin and gets caught again. He definitely, I mean, I feel like he could have striked at least a little bit, but now he's really, really in a bad way. He's got a minute. There's the uppercut. There is the uppercut.
Oh, my God.
Oh, the head kick. Oh, my God, he's done it. Oh, my God. How did he do that?
No way he did it. Are you kidding me?
Only in these mirror matches do we get things like this. Honestly, ridiculous. Waited, timed the left uppercut, and then broke the block with the roundhouse to finish, which hit him in the shoulder, but it doesn't matter. Bam! Breaking the block, straight left into the same side roundhouse. Wow. Oh man, T-City wanted to finish that fight so bad, and in the end, that's kind of what cost him.
My mind is just purely blown. My mouth is just on the floor because I can't believe what just happened in that whole fight. I didn't think that he was gonna go for a knockdown. I think he was just gonna survive. There was under a minute 30 left, and he just goes for those big strikes with an uppercut and takes down the guy with the highest stamina. Are you kidding me? That's insane.
I want to talk about this fight, but I think the next fight they've already gone in. So we have to jump straight over.
Gone in?
They have already gone in, yeah. Sorry I know these fighters can't wait to get it going. I'm sorry to not have time to discuss that. It was a beautiful matchup, it was, but it's going to be Top Man Stan versus Gorasan right here. Robbie Lawler versus GSP. Top Man Stan, classic grappler, taking on Gorasan, the phenom of a striker right here. And Top Man Stan already securing that top position. I'm going to guess you're just taking your time to grab that fight and bring it up there, Kings. Just let us know when you've got it. But Top Man Stan working this arm triangle from the top position here, and Gorasan managing to survive straight away. This has kicked us off with no warning right here at all. We're just straight into this one, guys.
Keep talking throughout, and I'll catch up with you.
No problem. Yeah, with Top Man Stan, obviously it's in the name. Top Man Stan loves to grapple, and he's doing a good job so far, securing that top position. And Gorasan's gonna have to fight off his back as Robbie Lawler. Now Gorasan's a great striker, but he has struggled recently against some of these grapplers. As another tough matchup this week as well. We do apologize that there is also the Joe Rogan and Mr. John Alec who are going to be talking underneath us during this one, but hopefully it's not too distraction for you. But Gorasan really in a bad way already. 3 minutes left in this round. He has a GSP mounted on him, trying to work all kinds of damage. And Top Man Stan, if you do let him get that ground game off and cannot shut him down on the feet, he is pretty difficult to shake off you. And if you're Robbie Lawler and Top Man Stan's GSP, you might not be getting up till the buzzer goes. So it's more about surviving here for Gorasan. But there he goes from the side control get up. He's up on the feet. Beautiful switch here off the lead leg.
Body kick.
Yeah, and Top Man Stan here walking forward. Oh, diving on the ankle pick, and he can't stop it again. And that was a perfect distance for that ankle pick, Kingsley.
Absolutely perfect. I hate that takedown animation because I never know whether to defend down or defend up. That is just problematic for me. So the fact that he could land it, it's fantastic for him.
Yeah, and you gotta feel bad for Gorasan here because he's up against another grappler, and I feel like he's been getting thrown these grapplers recently, but he did a good job of actually getting back to his feet from side control, powered through it, and now he's got Top Man Stan riding him, grapevining his legs right here, full postured up, just working those side hammer fists, and this might be the end of the fight if Gorasan can't find a way. He's got to roll to full guard, but it doesn't matter. Wow, that was over before we could even commentate that one almost.
Wow. that like, if you thought there were sprints and fights, that was just a pure 1 second, just a truck going 100 miles per hour and you're just missing it. You blinked and you missed.
I feel like maybe Top Man Stan knew he was going to make short work of him. Maybe he was just coming in full confidence, knew what he had to do, took him down. Ground and pound victory in the first round here. And Gorasan will be back, I am sure, but taking some losses recently. Maybe we can give Gorasan someone like Ty, you know, a nice matchup. And we'll see how those two get on. Maybe two losers for this evening. A nice little striking matchup. But Top Man Stan showing he's ready for some top level competition again. He wants to make his way back towards that title shot. And he's been up there fighting some of the best before. But there we go. Short work this evening right there for Top Man Stan.
Absolutely.
And a great name as well. I love the name Top Man. Top Man Stan. He's a top man and he wants to get on top and wrestle, yeah.
Off the tongue, like Top Man Stan. If like someone said to me on the street and said, "Hey, Top Man Stan," I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I know that name." Like that, it just like comes in the subconscious. Like, yeah, that's a very well-known name.
It is indeed. It is indeed, and I'm loving the consistency we're having from our top fighters here right now. They've been at ESFL enough. They know how it works, and they are getting ready with these matchups very, very quickly. So we're going to move on, guys. We have only got 3 fights. 3 fights left already. Moving through this card this evening, and these are all going to be absolutely awesome matchups. Some of these guys, you know, they could have... Some of them have fought for the belt, some of them have had the belt, some of them defended the belt, some of them have beaten the title holders at previous times before they had the belt. But the first matchup we're going to get between these two people right now is going to be Papadoc taking on Drizzo. Two great fighters, one a real vet, one came in a little bit later in the ESFL and actually just took over the game. But I'm excited for this one, and it's going to be at welterweight here, Kings.
Yeah, I love this division. Wonderboy Thompson's usually my pick because I'm a heavy striker, but the way these guys are picking, they're going for complete MMA fighters. And Georges St. Pierre, Rafael Dos Anjos, you have one that's very good in the clutch game, and then you have one guy that could beat you basically anywhere. Is a freaking legend in the UFC. So it's going to be a really great fight so far that I see.
Do you know RDA's stat from the bottom?
I do not, but I could check that out. It is a 92.
92, and George is what, 94 on top?
Seems like I'm looking at it right now. I'm about to pull it up as I'm talking. Don't mind me.
It's okay. No, it's all right.
Vampire, you said the top game?
94, yeah.
Yeah, 97 actually.
97. What the hell?
Takedown is 99. Takedown defense 97, as you do,
Oh
and then
my
top
God.
game 97. But here's the thing. Here's his major weakness. Bottom game 92. How about that? He has a weakness, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not. I mean, weakness, kind of, right? Like, that's... But yeah, it's weak-ish.
For him,
I just wanted to
the
see how the RDA matches up against, you know, a GSP on top, because obviously RDA is a black belt, and Jiu-Jitsu came into the UFC as a Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, didn't really develop the striking till he went over to Kings with Rafael Caldero, and that's when he started to strike a lot more, and that we see him as a striker more these days. But he used to be, you know, BJJ. Well, he is a BJJ black belt. Still has a very good ground game, but he was a submission artist in the early days, so I know he's good off his back as well as off the top, so we'll see how it plays out. But it looks like they've locked those picks in, but I couldn't see who's who here. I don't know about you.
Well, they went with the picks Rafael Dos Anjos and St. Pierre, and a really big tidbit I think could be a really big interesting thing is the strength, the chin strength of St. Pierre is 87. So if Dos Anjos could keep this on the stand-up game, it could be a big advantage for him.
Yeah, I just don't know who is who right now because it's not showing us.
I didn't see their names yet, so
Yeah,
maybe we'll
so
find out once the fight gets
we still can't see. I don't even know if they have names right now.
Still blank. Oh my god.
I believe I don't know. I'm gonna presume that Papa Doc took GSP and Drizzo is taking that RDA. But I don't know.
We are on the link on the red gloves, so Drizzo should be in the red gloves. I could be wrong.
Sometimes that it's 75% chance that is correct. So, and I would assume that Drizzo is more likely to take RDA. So we're gonna go with that. And if we're wrong, it doesn't matter. You know, we'll just switch around. Doc is GSP, exactly right. So Papa Doc is taking that GSP pick, and Drizzo is here on RDA. Cool, right. Now Papa Doc, who took GSP, big veteran at ESFL, been around for a long time, lots of fights for everybody. GSP, he's a well-rounded fighter, as is Papa Doc, so expect Papa Doc to take this fight everywhere. Drizzo right here on RDA, he's had some striking matchups with some of the best strikers out there. He's real clean and clinical, and you know he'll throw those two-strike combinations. Those two-strike combinations get those kicks in there as well, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a beautiful, you know, 3-4 punch combo at the perfect timing, perfect range, and it'll put you out of your game. So we'll see how these two get this fight on. But we do have the Papa Doc in the blue gloves taking on Drizzo in the red.
And we found out from our truck, and we got it, so we know who they are.
Even though it doesn't say the names.
Blue and Drizzo. Yeah.
And this is classic of Drizzo here, really working that pressure because you do not want to give GSP space. So Drizzo here working that 1-2, and I like the timing he's using right here. He'll throw to interrupt you, and if you don't throw and you wait for him, he's leading with those two-strike combinations. Nothing too risky, but as soon as that head kick got blocked right there, Papa Doc already shooting that takedown. And look at this perfect management of stamina.
They're just taking a stroll. They're walking around the cage. Drizzo just walking, pressuring him a little bit, but not being super crazy about it. He's just taking the shots, going 1 and 2, trying to back him up and make sure he he has the right amount of distance to land those strikes.
Yeah, and Drizzo always moving to the left right there. Beautiful sprawl. And oh my goodness, the backside. You've got to imagine that wasn't even a transition. That was probably more of a feint. Just trying to flick it out there straight away. Papa Doc having none of it. Just beautiful sweep straight away. Takes that top position, and now he's got the sprawl on top of Drizzo here, who gets back to the over-under. Pummel under denied to the cage, and a nice little break right here. But watch Drizzo's feet. Oh, we don't even need to watch the feet because the lead right
1-2
clips him beautifully on the chin right there. That head stat of GSP already going down, and that lead hook to the body is real high level on RDA. It's a high level move. I think it's a 3-star, maybe a 4-star, and it gets right in there, nice and tight underneath that lead jab from that southpaw stance. And man, you got to be careful if you're changing elevations here by Papa Doc. He's really only throwing that jab, and that roundhouse is doing good work with, but offensively he's really not giving Drizzo any reason to not just march forward like this. And watch Drizzo's rear foot. He's just stepping out to the side. You'll see him. He's just constantly circling. He's cutting off that cage. He's not just following Papa Doc here. He's moving. He's stepping out with that rear left foot, and he's cutting off that cage.
And you could see there might as well be named Zoolander, because they keep on like moving to the left. I have yet to see one of these fighters move to the right.
It's
and
true.
you can see a rock.
I like that. I like that. But yeah, that roundhouse again, and this is Drizzo just marching down Papa Doc, who, man, he's just taken a lot of punishment already early on, and really doesn't seem to have an answer for this pressure of Drizzo. This is classic Drizzo, and if you can't stop this, man, it just gets worse and worse as you lose stamina. You get dragged deep in. This is Drizzo's version of deep waters, man. Just constant pressure, little touches, and then a big strike to finish you off. And man,
and you can see they both went out for a kick, trying to see if like they could both catch each other.
Again
off
with a roundhouse.
Whoa!
Third time he's landed
That's a big kick.
Just classic Drizzo right there, just marching down. Papa Doc, and Papa Doc, a real veteran, but not able to answer the pressure so far of Drizzo. Trying to throw in his own roundhouse, the thing he's had most success with, but Drizzo this time closing in on the distance. That 1-2 lands home regardless of that roundhouse, and he does not want to get backed up to the cage again, Kings.
I mean, you don't call him an ESFL vet for nothing. I mean, he's been through it. He's been through all situations. So I really love to see if he really adapts to the situation of what Drizzo's given him.
Oh, jab into the big left hook as he's trying to step forward there. And that hit him nice and hard. Look at that sprawl. Not even a sprawl, just get his feet out of the way. Jumping knee coming out there for Papa Doc. Just nothing he can find a home for right now. And again with that lead hand to the body.
I would just stay in the center of the cage. Ooh.
Nasty that. Right on the chin. And there's the ankle pick.
He got it.
All right, he has to do something with this now. Got 3.5 minutes to work.
He knows he's going to face a transition. He needs to deny those transitions perfectly and get those hits.
97 top game in full effect right here. There's the crucifix. This is bad for Drizzo. He's got half stamina right here. Gets the side saddle though, so it's not too bad. Out of the worst of it.
1-2 transition. That's how usually people like, try to get out of that. Drag and then just try to move because you have the grapple advantage right there. I'm surprised I'm not seeing him posture up. He's just trying to...
There he goes. Elbows to the body coming out right here. Drizz is trying to find a way to stop. Oh, deny on the hip push. Down to that full guard. And here we go. He's been here for 1.5 minutes so far. Made full advantage of it. And this is going to really...
This whole thing's going to hurt.
Yeah, and it's going to change the dynamic of this fight. Because look at the body and the health right here on Drizzo. It's starting to lower. It's starting to get a bit further down on par with Papa Doc's right here, and this is where Drizzo is having some trouble dealing with this top pressure Papa Doc. I mean, it's hard with GSP, but
I think Papa Doc's just comfortable in this position. He just wants to keep it here, just drain down that stamina as much as he can, and just like leave it as it is. He's winning this round so far.
Ooh, good job. Little reversal, grabs a single leg, runs it down. In the full guard here. That 92 bottom game we were talking about earlier. Nice little elbow. momentum generator, and it goes up top. Nice switch, sits out.
There you go.
Turtle top side's got 30 seconds left, and this has been good work for this, you know, I'm going to say the second half, because he was here at 3:30. This grappling exchange was initiated, and that's where it stayed for the rest of this round. So Drizzo's attack, assault, has been slowed right down in this round, but Papa Duck's stamina is not the best, even though that's grapple stamina right now. It's going to reflect that striking stamina a little. But we're going to see, man. We're going to see. I think Drizzo may still have taken that round just based on the pure damage he did before that happened. But Kings, we're going into the third and final round here of the co-main event. Co-main event coming up after this, ESFL 44. Drizzo in the red taking on Papa Duck in the blue in a great night of fight so far.
Absolutely, and we're already in the third round, and you can just see these guys are called. These guys are called ESFL vets for a reason.
He's been catching him
lightly. They go for the great strikes.
That lead hook, he's been catching him to the body. He's been hitting him twice on the chin now. Real tight and clean with that lead hook and that left roundhouse. He's been coming up the top with as well. And Papa Doc, man, just on the back foot constantly. The ankle pick, but no. No pick on that ankle this time.
To see if he tries to take him to the ground a lot more. That was his roundhouse, that was his rhythm. So if he just takes him down, I think he changes up this whole fight. But as long as it stays to the stand-up game, goes to Drizzo's wheelhouse.
I'm wondering, man, because that's 3, 4, 5 times now Papa Doc's thrown that flying knee, and he's missed every single time. I'm wondering if he's trying to throw the knee. Because I feel like Papa Doc's played the game enough to know that they've changed the button combination, right? Like right trigger and circle would have been a knee to the body originally, but if you don't have that knee to the body, it is now your flying knee. You don't need to hold, I think, L1 while you're doing it. And I'm wondering if he's just trying to throw a knee to the body, because I just feel like at this point he would have worked that out right now. But nope, he just wants that flying knee. Big strike, big damage. It's definitely stopping that forward pressure. You can't argue that.
Right, I just think it just run hit that he's trying to do. Like, sure, he could do these low combos, but if he gets that one knee, that would happen to him, the other guy, that Rock.
For sure, and definitely, like, you have to throw something big when your opponent's coming at you. You don't have an overhand as GSP, so, you know, you got to do something, otherwise Drizzo is just never going to stop running at you. Oof, nice little duck under that rear hook right there. Tries to get the pull counter on the rear uppercut, doesn't make it. The 1-2 lands. 2 comes in tight. There he goes, he gets it!
Oh! The home run hit! He just needs to capitalize on it, but his stamina is so low.
Man. Oh, the front kick right down the pipe. 1-3-2 rear uppercut. Oh my god!
Oh boy!
He lands it again, and this time it's a knockdown. And I mean, that's a knockdown this round. I mean, knockdowns don't always mean you've won the round, and he took a lot of significant strikes. But if he won that second, he's going for that Kimura on the far side right here. 3-way escape, pushing. He's not going to get it. Not enough time. But more points on the leaderboard. By some miracle, he may have pulled it off. A lot of damage from Drizzo. He was landing a couple of those. Oh, looks pretty confident. Does RDA.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard.
Oh, but so does GSP. Split decision. A split decision.
Scores it 9-28.
Oh my god.
And Judge 3 scores this contest 9-28.
Oh my god.
The winner by split decision.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Ow! The knockdown wins it.
Oh my god. And if you're Drizzo, man, you've got to be a little upset with that decision. I mean, you put a battering on Papa Duck from bell to bell. Great control. I mean, we said it in that second round. Papa Duck got that takedown, and we're like, right, he's got 3.5 minutes. He has to do something, and he did. He made good work of that top position and really showed why he's one of the best in the world, because he can control high-level players when he needs to on the ground. And that's what got him that second round. And then obviously just that commitment. I mean, I'm over here saying, I wonder if he knows that he's, it's not a knee to the body. Throwing that jumping knee over and over and over and over again. Catches him twice with it, gets the knockdown with it, and Matt Kingsley wins him the fight.
No, like, Bay, I thought the same as you did with those hot flying knee kicks, and it just, that one hit when he tried to go for the uppercut or lean forward, it just cost him so much. And to lose it via a split decision, that is so heart-wrenching. That's one of those times where you just like, run it back right now. I'm not done with you because I controlled that whole fight. I can't imagine how Drizzo was feeling after that one. That is purely heartbreaking. Oh
man, yeah, you can say that again. And I mean, Drizzo, he hasn't really got that many losses. I don't have his record to hand. I wonder if one of the guys in the back can get us through, but he can't have lost more than 3 times in the ESFL. I mean, he's not been that.
Drizzo was 7-4, so now he's 7-5.
Oh wow, 7-5, man! I just remember when he came in undefeated streak, and he was taking people out. But there you go, man. Just tough break, dude. Got to finish the fight, and he was trying. Got to finish the fight. Wow, he's on a 4-fight losing streak. Wow. Poor Drizzo, man. Definitely, as you can see, still one of the best in the world. But 4-fight losing streak, and then you lose in a split decision like that. I mean, that's painful. That's so heartbreaking.
Like, I understand how it feels. I was on a 3-fight losing streak. I thought, like, what do I need to do? How can I win another fight? You just need to go back to like the tape and just figure out what you've done. And especially after a split decision like that, you're on the right track. And as we said, in the top of this broadcast, never leave it to the judges. And that sliver of hope that you give them, it could cost you so much.
That commitment to the flying knee was impressive by Papa Doc. Like, I need this flying knee. I need it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. And he finally gets it. So props.
I need it.
Props to Papa Doc there for getting the win. Right now we are ready, guys. We're gonna jump on to our co-main event of the evening. What a matchup we have right here. We have the one and only Swiss Liebax taking on Professor Sliv. And dude, both these guys are just straight nasty, straight killers. It's going to be lightweight right here. It'll be a McGregor mirror match, I'm sure, knowing these two. And here we go. We're going to get it on. Oh, no, back to welterweight. It is scheduled to be at middleweight, I believe. But apparently they don't care what's on the schedule. They will do whatever they want. And, wow, if we see a Darren Till pickup, it'll be quite impressive here because Sliv, you got to think, will take advantage of that top game of T Wood if he can. But Till very dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, Tyron Woodley is 1-0 in this fight card so far, so he's brought a lot of good luck so far. I really want to see what the opposing pick. I mean, if he goes, oh wait, they're going back to middleweight.
They are going to middleweight. There we go.
Change developments.
It was scheduled for middleweight, and I like this a little bit more because although welterweight is good, and although lightweight is good, middleweight, they could really pick anything, And there's that Paulo Costa pick. Swiss loves it, man. Get that 100 power hook on Costa. And if you've never seen Swiss fight before, guys, he is the epitomization of forward pressure. He doesn't stop. He's coming at you. Doesn't matter what you do. He will not take a backward step the entire fight if he has to. And if Sliv takes Bisping, man, we're going to be in for a real striking treat because this will be forward pressure versus the counterfighter, Kingsley.
You know what? I had a sneaking hope that someone was going to pick Dana White in this fight, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be happening. But these picks so far, Paulo Costa, I don't know much about him, but you had a very good explain about him. But if someone chooses Michael Bisping, I mean, you know what you're in for. You're in for a marathoner, long fight, higher altitude, level 5, negative reinforcement when you delay those takedowns. He is a monster in the middleweight division, but it seems like we're gonna.
If we get the custom mirror match, that would be very exciting.
Been amazing so far. So if we get another mirror match, I'm all for it.
I just want to know.
Silva?
He's thinking about it. Sliv is having to think about it right now.
Oh, go for Dana White. Do it. Just make us all happy and go for Dana White.
I think Whitaker's the option. Yeah.
Whitaker.
Yeah, it's a good pick. You can counter that forward pressure. You got a little bit of a speed match. I don't know if he has an advantage necessarily, but he can definitely.
He has the 1-inch reach advantage. He's 73 to Costa's 72, so that might come into play.
I feel like you've got a similar power, so you can be quite content to trade on the inside. And that left hook of Whitaker is real nice, real tight. It can almost beat the hooks of Costa. If you fire it off first, you can kind of bank on your left hook beating Costa's hook to the punch. So I like that about Whitaker, you know. And you do have those kicks as well if you need them. You got those kicks. You don't expect Swiss to be throwing any kicks. But here he is. Anyway, let me give you a little background on these two fighters if you haven't seen them fight. Swiss Leibax, former champion, I believe. I need some stats up in here. There's been so many at this fight. But yeah, forward pressure. Non-stop. Absolutely non-stop. Very few people have been able to stop it. But you know, Sliv is one of the best in the ESFL, can fight everywhere, and it's going to be a real good striking matchup. So here we are, co-main event of the evening, ESFL 44, and they're going to get it on right here. Ooh, I love the use of that straight right here by Sliv, just dipping
Whitaker
out.
strikes and his hooks is going to be amazing.
Yeah, he's just
striking speed, so
yeah. Oh, left hook already catching him.
Ready?
Yeah, and there's that switch to the body there by Swiss. Beautiful job. He's got a slightly longer reach, it feels like, even though they're basically the same, or one advantage I think for Whitaker even, but that long left hook caught him right on the chin as he was exiting back after that combination. Sneaks it in there again with that left hook. Swiss finding a home for it, and again
but he got rocked.
Swiss just throwing. He does not care, and if you step back like Sliv is doing right here, here comes the pain. And shoots the double leg high crotch. Is going to get it. Beautiful
Here we go
job.
for a ride.
Boom. Ooh. Man, that's some damage to your head right there.
Oh, you are not lying about Costa and Swiss Leibax. I mean, he is an absolute monster when he gets into that mode.
Well, he just throws. He'll just throw. He'll have low stamina and you'll think he won't throw, and he'll keep throwing at you until he rocks you because he's trying to knock you out. That's what he's trying to do. And we're seeing a lot of this now. A lot of this corralling your opponent to the fence. Why not take advantage of that grapple advantage? Why not take advantage of your opponent being on that fence and shoot that takedown, get an easy power takedown? And that's what Swiss does. He's going to work a little from top. Quite content to, even though Costa has, I don't think we've ever seen him on the ground in the UFC. So I don't know if we have any idea really how good his ground game is. And Sliv's going to have to work a little hard to get him off here.
Costa's top game is 87 and his bottom game is 86, so the fact that he's even going for this is really impressive.
Yeah, I believe Whitaker's bottom game is a little bit better than his top game as well, so... Oh, and again trading. Oh, big roundhouse to the body. Again, Swiss, low stamina here, still just throwing because he knows that Sliv is only going to back up right here because he's hurt and he tries to trade again.
He's knocked down.
Swiss can just find your chin. Oh my god, the taunt into the jab straight again. Two switch roundhouses, another roundhouse to the body right here. Oh, but there's a lead uppercut right there, catching him on the end. Man,
striking speed, I mean, it could be dangerous for you.
Oh man, he's just finding his home, ducks under right there, and again, see no stamina on Swiss, but he still throws the rear uppercut into the lead hook, which drops Sliv. Lead uppercut this time. Every time a taunt from Swiss right here, Kings.
Oh, I mean, walk it like you talk it. If you're going to taunt, you better knock him down. He's doing it like that! Oh my god!
Lead overhands. We're going to see that every day. Right round over the top. I think of a straight punch from Sliv. That lead overhand came round and there was an uppercut to finish, I think. Lead overhand. Oh, straight. And then a left hook. Man, I don't think I've ever seen that combo. Lead, overhand, straight left hook. Bam. It was beautiful.
Bae, you know what that knockdown reminded me of? It's like when you first see it, it's just so disgusting that you have to look away and your face just goes in this mangled mess. You're just like, ooh, no more. That was just
not
nasty.
A scratch on him either. Look at him. A little bit on the nose. A little bit on the nose. Oh my goodness! Wow. First round. 25 seconds left, but still, that first round right there. 23 significant strikes to 9 as well. So five stuns and 4 knockdowns. That's pretty insane. Let me have a look. We'll just show you that again right here, guys. 4 knockdowns and 5 stuns. I mean, that is disgusting. And that is Swiss Liebax.
He was taunted for a reason.
He was, yeah, he was. But that is Swiss Liebax in a nutshell, right there. That is just the forward pressure. It's too much for a lot of people, and not many people have been able to stop that forward pressure. And I mean, it's just really hard. And it's Paulo Costa, man, that middleweight matchup. I don't know how you do stop it. I mean, you saw Slib trying to trade, you know, trying to beat him to the punch with straights, but every single time he was in that pocket, Swiss just found his chin every time.
I would just say, like, the fact that he was able to put on the show and just like implement all he wanted to do with his Pablo Costa. I mean, this is the first time I heard of Pablo Costa being used in this type of way. So just the fact that he was using this well, I'm like, oh my god, how can I get in on this? Because that was purely spectacular.
Yeah, I think that Costa's. I mean, we've seen Costa a few times in the ESFL, but he has the heavy hands. So I think it's heavy hands is the right perk. So it basically pushes his hooks up to 99 or 100 power. And if you're walking forward,
heavy hands level 4.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's that hook level up there to 100 or if not 99 power. So. And then the only other person who has that much power, I believe, is Romero, who's nowhere near as fast as Costa. So if you can't take him down and you can't, you know, get knees to the body, slip, roll under those hooks, find ways to beat him to the punch, which is very hard, he's just going to walk forward and just sling at you. And when you know you have the confidence, like, I've got the speed, I've got the power, if we both throw at the same time, and I hit you, I'm going to win every single time. When you know that that's the case, it just gives you so much confidence to just do it like that. And that's exactly what we saw him do over and over again.
Right. Man, this fight card has been absolutely insane from like top to bottom. Like how incredible these fights have been so far.
Oh yeah, I mean, this has been a wonderful evening of destruction and death, which is just great. Like, but we are waiting now for the main event, guys. Let's have a quick look at that fight card. I don't know if I'm going to remember any of it coming back through, but first fight of the night, we've got Mesrine XG. Sorry, that was that beautiful heavyweight matchup. Mesrine getting that. I guess it's a hand plant. I don't even know. I honestly don't know. I generally know
cartwheel, like head kick or something. Like he
kind of a cartwheel, but you kind of, yeah, cartwheel's more of like a forward flip almost. But this was like a hand planted capoeira kick that I'm not sure I know the name of. I should probably try and learn that because I feel like I know a lot of my strikes. But that was great. And then we had Irish Odyssey taking on What's Up 420 in that Tyron Woodley Diaz matchup. Irish Odyssey or Vodi showing really good MMA game, well-rounded game from all positions there. Then we had Bej taking on Casing Triple. That was that Gustafsson Manoa matchup right there, and Bej just working him over there. Casing a little bit to work on, but I'm sure he can go and figure it out. And then Smitty the King taking on Rayhan. I don't remember what happened in that fight, if I'm honest, but I'm pretty sure it was a damn good one. I believe was it a mirror match?
I think so. I'm not possibly sure, but I remember Ray did some really great things, and then Smitty King did some little things that kind of cost him at the end. And I think he got knocked down. I'm sure.
No. What happened? No, wait. That's another fight I'm thinking of. I think that was a Conor McGregor mirror matchup, which was a great fight. Then we had Jab Straight and Ty with the Jose Aldo mirror matchup. Great fight.
Ooh.
A real good job there by Jab Straight as well. I think it was a close decision, that one, just easing it out there. But then we had Triangle City taking on Creel Daddy, which is going to be the fight of the night, because Creel Daddy was out on his feet for the last 2.5 minutes.
Not down with the flying knee. I mean, you can't call it as close as that. I mean, that has to be another rematch.
Well, I mean, Creel Daddy just for 2.5 minutes had no stamina, was just shooting over and over and over again on Brian Triangle City, who was just trying to walk him down and finish that fight. And Krill Daddy, man, just came out of nowhere and just landed that uppercut with no stamina left, broke the block and hit that head kick. So that's fight of the night there for sure. Krill Daddy somehow sneaking out that win. And then Goro-san, top man stand, quick work right there. Real quick work.
Very fast fight. Blinking, you miss it.
Yeah, for sure. Top man. Before we could even get the introductions going, it started. Top man stand, dragged down Goro-san. Goro-san there got to find a new second win, I think, here in the Esfl on a bit of a losing streak, as is Drizzo now. I think that's his fourth loss in a row, which can't feel good. A split decision against Papadoc. And then we just had Swiss taking on Sliv. Swift marching forward with that Costa pick. He knows he can just dominate that forward pressure game, and it's very hard to stand in the pocket with him. We saw Sliv considering that. You know, Sliv knew it was coming and wondering what's the best way to deal with this. Do I go Bisping and try and negate it completely and stay way on the outside? Do I go Whitaker and try and trade in the pocket, which he tried to do? Thought, okay, how can I trade with this? I need to find a way that I can actually counter or at least match this forward pressure with my own speed and power, and that just wasn't the case at all. And you even saw him filter between that Costa pick himself there as well, trying to find a way to do it. But yeah, man, it takes something special to beat Swiss. But we do have the main event, the champion defending his belt, a Bathing Ash against T2 Shifty. But before we do that, these guys are just setting up right now. I think we're going to take a quick intermission, guys. So before this final fight of the evening, grab yourself a drink, get yourself a little stretch or a snack or something. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with this main event fight in just a couple of minutes here. It shouldn't be too long, and it's going to be a good one. Don't go nowhere. Okay guys, we are back and going to jump straight in here because it is time for the main event of the evening. Yes, ESFL 44,
Woo!
a Bathing Ash defending that belt against T2 Shifty. And here we go. They are ready to do this thing. How are you feeling about this matchup, Kingsley? Come on, who you got?
I love the bantamweight division. There's so many great fighters, and the best one of them all, TJ Dilly Dilly, aka TJ Dillashaw. He's one of the best fighters. He's untouchable. He's a marathoner. He could beat you on a stand-up game, the ground game. His stamina is incredible. I mean, he is the complete, absolute UFC fighter that you always want to use.
Yeah, aka Killer Shaw, aka Snake in the Grass, aka Bang Muay Thai Master. Yeah, definitely. And you have all of the...
Hey, champ.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're completely right. You have all of the striking techniques, 95 in striking, great top game, great bottom game, great sweeps, great transitions. You can do everything. You can do everything with TJ, and it's a mirror match. So we're going to see two of the best strikers in the world.
I saw Cody Garbrandt.
Oh, maybe? Well, listen, maybe I wasn't paying any attention. We used to see a lot of Cody. We see a lot of Cody, rear uppercut, left hook. No, double up here. Look at this, a bathing. 6 wins over T2 Shifty with a 4. These guys have fought a couple of times before. We'll see how this plays. With things like that, it could go either way, of course, and it probably will. But a Bathing Ash defending that title tonight. Once you get that title in the SFL, you never want to give it up. And it's tough. It's tough to defend that belt. We've seen people change hands often. We've seen some win streaks going on. I believe Brand New Mac had one of the longest win streaks on Xbox. Really found a way to hold on to that thing. Right now, Bathing Ash going to hopefully do the same thing, but this is no exaggeration. I mean, some of you guys in chat right now, whether you're on Twitch, whether you're on YouTube, some of you guys have probably fought some of these people in online if you're on PlayStation and you know how good they are. Some of you guys have probably never fought them. Some of you have probably seen them compete at ESFL, but rest assured, guys, these are two of the best fighters in the world competing right now. This might as well be on a grand stage for all the marbles because they don't get better. It don't get any better than these two, apart from maybe some of the other guys on the undercard or some of the people who have already fought tonight, a couple of other people who aren't here this evening. But these two right now are the best in the world. T2 Shifty has been working his way up the ranks. He is here right now to play, to get them combos off. Right here in the blue gloves, just so we know, T2 Shifty. And man, he has slicks, fluid combos, real good on the inside, preloads really well, great timing, great movement as well to set up the distance of those strikes. But he's taking on a Bathing Ash, someone else who kind of came into the ESFL about halfway through, you know, our establishment here. He has just been looking dominant ever since. He's fought nothing but the best, moved his way straight up to the top, hard matchups all the way, and he's got that belt right now. He's got that belt and he doesn't want to give it up. He does not want to give it up tonight. He can fight everywhere as well, but if you ask me, Kingsley, this fight is not going anywhere but the feet. But we'll see how it plays out.
We'll definitely see how it plays out. I mean, mirror matches have been the staple of this card so far, and they have been absolutely amazing. And to add on it, it's not even 3 rounds. It's a 5-round championship fight. These are ESFL vets, and it's a championship fight with 5 rounds, and it's a mirror match. This is a perfect concoction of just pure epicness all around this whole entire fight.
And it's for the belt. It's for their belt. A Bathing Ash in the red gloves. T2 Shifty, the challenger, in the blue right here. And look at Bathing Ash already trying to dictate that pace. Nice little inside leg kick. 1-2 back to the lead roundhouse. Straight to the body, lead hook to the head. Don't see that every day. Leading with a straight to the body. You gotta have real confidence. You're not gonna get uppercutted in there. Stepping in with a 1-2 uppercut as well. Straight lead hook to the body again. 1-2 to the body again. And Bathing Ash swarming up and eats that left hook right there. T2 Shifty working it in there. Nice little roundhouse as well. Look at the pace change immediately. T2 Shifty now on the aggression. And you can't sleep on Shifty. We'll find a home for those strikes. Will be as accurate as you can expect anyone to be. But the Bathing Ash is going to reset here. Double jab, try and reset his momentum. Push the pressure forward straight to the body. Gets counted right there. Shifty working there. He's throwing a lot of that straight to the body here, Kingsley. And he's starting to get into the timing. Yeah.
Yeah, I just, in my opinion, this is the filling out process. You want to know how great these guys are? That was their filling out process, and it seems like it was a whole entire sprint of just them trying to deck each other. That's how great these guys are.
Basically, I think that is a perfect analysis And man, look at the head health already on both of them. Already starting to go down. A great job catching the leg, wisely grabbing the takedown. T2 Shifty. Anything to mix up this momentum, man. You got to bring some different angles if you're coming for the belt here tonight. Backside set out, stopped right there. Great job. Transition straight to the double hooks in here. Might go for the back flat. Bathing Ash just going to cover up and tries to reach down. Great job denying and rolls to the half guard. Nice and easy right here.
It's all a chess game right here.
Yeah,
usually you want to go for the back flip, but it's all a chess game. It's just depending on like what do you want to do, what's your next move. If he's going to try to flip yourself to a half guard or maybe a top mount, it all depends on variables.
Especially when they've seen each other compete in the ESFL. They fought each other in the ESFL, and they fought each other online as well. So you know you kind of get a feeling for each other's tendencies here, and it's a case of remembering what they've done before. Have they changed their game? Are they going to do the same? Oh, that's a big elbow. And this is where T2 wants it. A little bit of damage, but Bathing Ash takes advantage of that little window back to the feet right here. Nice roundhouse to the body. Little jabs coming out for T2. Misses on that hook. Little things like that are going to start making up this stamina difference here. Nice roundhouse is the same. Trading here. You got 50 seconds left in this first round. And they're just trading roundhouses here, Kingsley.
Like, they just keep on moving. That's what you need to do if you're TJ Dillashaw. I mean, you have level 4 marathoner. Just keep on moving, finding your strikes, and just make sure you don't get hit and find your range. Great slip right there.
Oof, another big roundhouse, and that's what Shifty needs to take the stamina advantage back in his favor right now. We're seeing both fighters use that straight to the body lead hook to the head. Oh, 1-2, same side head kick, and 1-2 to the opposite side head kick.
Wow!
That's a way to return right there.
Sheesh.
What a freaking insanely high-paced first round right there from both fighters. A Bathing Ash really pushing the pressure. There's the uppercut. Look at them throw the exact same combo. A jab, rear uppercut, left hook. They both did it exactly the same time with the same fighter. Shifty's landing just first because he preloaded it like we talked about in the opening. Loves to preload that combo, and that's what caught a Bathing Ash there. Nice slip of the jab, and they go straight back to it. It's like we never even had a break right here. Full pace back into it, straight to the body, left hook. We've seen that again and again. Uppercut just falling a little short. Lead roundhouse into the 3-punch combination off that straight, and there's a double leg. Beautiful work into side control. I like this change up here that Shifty's employing, Kings.
Absolutely. And like, I have to say, so far this seems like as close as a tennis match as you could go. Like, it seems like it's just so back and forth and back and forth. You just can't keep your eyes off it because you're just gonna miss something. And the fact that they're taking this to the ground and standing up, it just proves that how great these competitors are with their striking game and their ground game. They're MMA specialists.
Good job staying long there. T2 Shifty keeping the Bathing Ash on the edge of those straights and those jabs, but he's now right on the inside, still throwing those straights up. Ash coming back with the hooks. Lands nice and tight with that left hook here as well. And the stamina advantage still a little bit in favor of the Bathing Ash, but nowhere near enough to make a difference in this fight. It's going to be about what they can find that works, and a catch off the front kick into the straight punch. The 2-3 hooks coming forward. Charging, moving backwards. Lovely pull counter. Tries to shoot the double leg and gets it again, Kingsley.
He's having so much success with that. I'm wondering if he's trying to find the right perfect timing to defend those takedowns, but it's just not working out for a Bathing Ash right now.
Yeah, he's rushing forward to that forward pressure, and T2, man, that's got to be 2-3 takedowns he's landed right now. Unable to hold him down. Love it. Jab, rear hand into the lead uppercut. Look at him unload these combos right here against the cage. Shifty, known for those fast hands. No get up on this pressure fighting. A Bathing Ash moving forward to the start of these rounds, but Shifty's definitely here not to play straight into the same side roundhouse. A Bathing Ash is letting his stamina regenerate, but double pull counter. That's going to hurt a Bathing Ash's stamina even more right here. And the 1-2's just bouncing off the block. Ash taking his time right here, but his block can't take that. His head health is half here. Shifty, no stamina again.
This is trouble.
Ooh, both fighters letting that block and that stamina get low, Kingsley.
I'm just wondering how they're implementing this stamina so much. It's the second round. You got 5 rounds in this fight. Is there anyone going to conserve their stamina? It just seems like they're just going to go 100 miles per hour throughout this whole fight.
I really feel like this is what the PlayStation 4 is like at this upper levels, man. Everybody in this top 10 is just... They don't care. They just want to go as hard and as fast as they possibly can, and that's how it plays out every single time. Even with Top Man Stand in the grappling, we saw that tonight. He's just taking you down straight away. No messing around. He's going to beat you up and take you out in the first round. TKO, and oh my goodness, T2 Shifty almost taking the belt right there. So close. One strike away from becoming champion. Oh my god. Wow.
If he lost that in the remaining last 10 seconds, I would have been absolutely shocked. I haven't been that crazily shocked since the last time Pride fought.
Oh
Incredible.
my god. T2 Shifty with that stacked guard position doing real damage. Just one strike away from being champion, and he does a straight punch, beats that right hook of Ash. The straight punch again, backing him up to the cage. This might be all she wrote, but no, the recovery is off, and Ash has to be so careful right now. 2 elbows and it's over. He's going to get one off. No, sits the sprawl, doesn't stop it. Backside deny right here, and Ash has to recompose right now. Got to think about how badly he wants to keep that belt. He's all right. Let him wail on the body. Not be too bothered about that. You cannot get yourself in a compromising position. The backside sit out stop, and T2 Shifty's done a great job mixing the grappling attack into this fight right here. Those multiple takedowns and that stacked guard position doing some real work. So T2 Shifty, great job with the straight punches to get the drop, beating that hook. The opening of this round, mixing up the strike and attack, and this could be it right here, Kingsley.
Ooh, I don't know. Like, the way their stamina is, like, they have a bunch of stamina from the other round, so anything could possibly happen. I'm surprised they're staying as big as they are.
Man, fake on the pummel into the knee to the body. Just nothing but fakes. The hip toss blocked there. Kind of a little desperate for Ash. The double leg's going to get stuffed too. And Ash might sit. He says no, he wants it up. He has to be so careful, man. He can't eat a 2-punch combination, and Ash is getting a rock to drop, but steps in with his own. He doesn't even care, trying to get that one rear uppercut 3 off again. The 1-5-3 that they love both so much. Pull counter on the right hand. That's what got countered earlier at the start of this round and cost him. Ducks under the jab, rear uppercut, left hand landing the pull counter again. This is insane, Kingsley. Oh, there it is.
Madman.
Oh, and we have a new oh god, oh no. We have a new champion. We have a new champion, everybody. Congratulations, man. T2 Shifty taking the opportunity when it comes right here. Absolutely owning it. And look at that, man. Damn. Beautiful work.
Ooh, one judge had it 2 rounds to 0 for a bathing Ash. That could have played really interesting if it went longer, but it didn't. T2 Shifty.
That's not going 5 rounds. The way those two were coming out at each other, absolute insanity. I mean, T2 Shifty really doing a great job in that 3rd round, using those short straight strikes to beat a Bathing Ash's hooks. I mean, a lot of that right hand, the Bathing Ash was throwing that rear right hook, and we saw T2 Shifty beat it with that straight punch several times. And you think of Bathing Ash as low on that health stat, he's going to have to sit back, he'll play a bit safe. Nope, come straight forward, trying to throw that 1-5-3, and T2 Shifty also trying to come forward, just meet each other in the center right here, and a beautiful straight lead uppercut to get that finishing sequence right there. But T2 Shifty, congratulations, you are the ESFL Esports Fight League PlayStation 4 champion. Hard fought, hard worked, and what a great matchup as well. And what a competitor to take the belt off, Kingsley. A Bathing Ash, no joke.
No, like he like these two competitors are top of their class in the PS4 division, and the fact that it went out like this, I mean, that is no easy task for any person to do that to someone. Have a knocked out in the 3rd round of a 5-round fight, use all that stamina. Usually if it's anybody else, they would have been panicking. They would have been like, okay, I'm just gonna throw this out, pray what happens. It was every deliberate shot, every sprint, every tackle, every takedown, every strike was deliberate, and it was purely majestic to see.
Yeah, I agree. It was I think I mean, we knew going in, a Bathing Ash obviously a great striker, and so is T2 Shifty, and really showed that. I think just epitomizes it in that 1st round. Like, they both threw the same combination, but T2 Shifty just inputted it that touch faster and got that rock. They both did the jab, rear uppercut, left hook, and T2 Shifty just showing how quick he is at pre-legging those combos. But it was the grappling attack that started to mix it up, not even just to get the initial damage off, but to break the momentum of a Bathing Ash. He got 3 or 4 takedowns, those double legs straight into side control, which was just beautiful work. It took away that forward pressure, got a little bit of damage off, but yeah, man, you saw in the end of that second, posturing up in that stack guard position, raining down those straight shots, almost ending the fight right there and taking it back to him again in the 3rd round, and then continuing from there. So congratulations once again to T2 Shifty, the new ESFL PlayStation 4 champion right there. Great work, hard fought, and well deserved. And we'll see who he's matching up against next, because now you got that belt, you got to defend that belt. So look forward to doing that.
Thing to like win the championship, now it's your time to defend it and see if you could do that day in and day out, because it's a whole nother level when you're champ.
For sure, exactly. But that is all we have got time for this evening, guys. ESFL 44 is in the wraps, it's in the books, it is a wrap, I should say that. And great fights. If this is the first one you've ever watched, guys, we are here every Sunday. We alternate between Xbox and the PlayStation 4 cards. Don't forget, if you want to know when the fight are coming on, if you want to know who's fighting, follow us on Twitter. We have a Facebook page as well. We have Instagram. Every week the card goes out on there, so you can keep up to date. Be sure to do that so you know you can keep up to date with the action. We're on the YouTube as well. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed it. But all the previous fights, the previous events, you can get those on the YouTube as well. So be sure to check that out. We hope you enjoyed yourselves. It's going to be a good night from me here, and also Kingsley, thank you for joining me. Lovely to have you here. We hadn't commentated before. Pleasure. Thank you so much.
I know. Yeah, absolutely. It was a pleasure of mine. I've been a fan of yours ever since the beginnings of ESFL. So to do this, commentate with you guys, and just talk about these fights and these incredible fights, I am truly honored, and thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good night, and we'll see you next week.